Hi, guys. Jesse, you want to say hi?
Hi.
You ready to stream tonight?
I'm super ready to stream tonight, Moss.
I'm ready too.
Okay.
Let's start the intro. What do you say?
Okay.
Okay. You ready in the chat? You think they're ready, Jesse?
I think they're ready, Moss.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Henry Solstice Studios of New York, UFC 249. We have more to talk about because it's going to be a Mortal Kombat Island. What? Let's talk about Jesse with the MMA.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hello, friends. We are here on season 4, episode number 14.
And we are queer.
And we're queer. Jesse, how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful, Moss. How are you?
Wonderful.
I am wonderful, wonderful. It's a fantastical night here on a Wednesday. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Right off the bat, Rose Namajunas apparently is not fighting on this card.
Yeah.
Which is sad. And I hope that this is the only one that's going to be a dropout. But I don't think that's the case, Jess.
Listen, I said it. How many of you were here when I said that Rose Namajunas was taking a break? I knew it. I knew that there was going to be something that happens, Moss, and Rose wasn't going to fight.
Well, I spoke to my cousin. My cousin called it as well, and she said the same thing. She hasn't been seen. We haven't heard anything about Rose. So when this fight was supposed to go down, it was a little out of left field. The rematch with Andrade. So we'll get into that, but I don't care. I wanted to see the fight. I kind of don't care.
Just call me Mystic JBH.
Yeah, but are you upset that fight's off? I mean, it was good the first one, but do you really care?
I'm not upset that it's off because, yeah, I could care less. But there was a part of me that was wondering because Andrade dropped Namajunas on her head, we weren't really able to see the potential that Rose had against her.
Yeah,
so it would have been cool to see that. Like maybe there was something that Rose had against Andrade that we weren't able to see. So that's the only thing that sucks.
Teeny weeny bobini give me Jimmy. Sup holes.
Hey, what up, Connor? Thank you for the donation. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Appreciate that. Oh, I got to change this over here. Connor Hernandez jumping in with the donation. First one of the day. Wonderful, wonderful. The reason why I'm not too upset about Rose Andrade off of this card is when I see the rematch, I want it to be with no pandemic involved. Rose is an interesting character. She's got a lot going on upstairs. She's with Pat Barry, for God's sakes. I want to see a Rose full training camp. I want to see a focused Rose in this rematch because I believe that she was beating Andrade the first time. Thrown into a pandemic situation, I don't know how I like that. So the fact that Rose is off this card doesn't really bother me. As much as I do want to see the rematch, it doesn't bother me that much. Mortal Kombat, Jesse.
Yeah.
That's right.
What do
Dana
you think
White.
of this thumbnail, Moss?
Jess, it's the MMA-Holes.
It's friggin' brilliant.
Would it not be brilliant? I mean, Jesus.
This is just fantastic.
It's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mortal Kombat Island is what Dana White is doing after this event, UFC 249. The rumors now that UFC 249 is going to be in California.
Yeah, so the private island thing, I think everyone got a little confused here. The private island is for after UFC 249. Dana White intends to hold other UFC events following UFC 249 to keep the UFC going on the private island so that he could hold or host international fights as well. UFC 249 will take place in the States, but on a reservation where technically U.S. laws don't apply.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're doing for UFC 249. It's still going to take place here. He found a location for it already. Everything after UFC 249 will be on the private island.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, so, well, he was saying not everything. He was saying that the international fights
International,
will be there. So apparently this location that they have for UFC 249 is for the local cats.
So what are they going to call it? UFC Private Island?
They're going to call it Death Island because everyone apparently is going to fly there and die.
UFC Bahamas? UFC Mortal Kombat?
I mean, I'm really looking forward to hearing what's the deal with this island. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's fun to play with. It really isn't when it's during a pandemic, but I'm not going to go full-blown donk because I don't know, Jesse. You didn't see that. Did you see any of that video?
I heard about it, but I could care less.
He's on a crusade, man. Luke
care.
Thomas is on a crusade, and it's interesting. Listen, it is a scary situation, this whole pandemic thing, but I look at it this way. Am I going to feel a little weird watching these fights, especially the island ones? Bizarre island fights over there. Yeah, it's gonna be a little weirdness, but do I give a shit? No. I'm an MMA fan. I'm gonna watch these fighters. They're making these decisions themselves. They're not getting forced to do this.
Yeah, it's not like you or any other MMA fan told them that they had to do this.
And I understand why fighters are a little upset with
I have a story
Mr.
on it,
Thomas.
Actually.
He put out a video, and let me know what the ones in the chat if you've seen this video. I understand his concern. I really do understand his concern. But he's like beating himself up, well, from what he's saying, because he didn't get his point across out good enough, and now this event's happening.
As if he's the only one who can control what everybody else does.
Yeah, well, yeah, everyone's supposed to be like, well, you know what, Luke Thomas, you're right. We should protest this thing until it doesn't happen. Well, what do we do? I have to give Dana the benefit of the doubt. I know he was a little reckless with the Brazil fight card. I understand that, and some of the points were that, there wasn't any testing for the Brazil thing. They just threw them over there and had them fight. And he's using that as a success. So I understand his point there. But I have to think that the UFC is not going completely reckless here. I have to give them the benefit of the doubt because, honestly, other than paying their fighters inappropriately, other than that, which is a problem with the UFC, I don't think they treat their fighters that bad. I really don't.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Moss because I actually have a story tonight on the list of measures that the UFC is taking amid this pandemic.
Okay.
For this event, and there's 7 things on the list that the UFC is going to execute for this testing or what did they call it? Advanced medical screening is what they called it. So I can go through the list right now, or we can wait and talk about it. But it 100% applies to what you're speaking about right now.
Yeah. Listen. I mean, I feel that there are some people out there that have to be a fucking superhero. Everyone's got to be a superhero, and they don't want to be like they want to say like I don't want this to happen, but it's going to happen. Like he's basically saying I hope I'm wrong in this situation, and everything works out well. But if you're wrong in this situation, you look like a complete retard. Like, let's be honest.
Oh, listen.
Like if Luke Thomas is wrong in this situation, he looks really dumb. No?
But here's the thing. The way I look at it is everybody's kind of entitled to their opinion, I guess. Like, I'm not going to crucify him for that. If he feels he hasn't done enough to make people not want to see this card, I mean, that's on him. That's his own problem. It's not anything that we should all, think of as our own problem. It's not. It's his. But on that same note, I feel that when it comes to the whole superhero thing, I think it's just people have to feel like they're making a difference. It's not like, oh, I have to be the hero, but they have to feel like they've done something positive to make them seem like a good person.
Your job is to cover their sport. Now, if you don't think the sport should happen because of the pandemic and you have, your reservations about it, you could speak your case, but you still have to cover the sport. What are you going to do? Like, I'm not even isolating someone like him. There are other reporters out there too that are just trashing the UFC for this, but they have to cover it, right? So, what are they going to do? Just shit on it?
I would give him shit.
But are they going to talk about the actual fights that happen, or is it just going to be like, oh my God, this is during a pandemic? Like what is it going to be? I'm confused.
I would be more likely to give him shit if he covers the event from home or wherever he is in isolation. Like does a reaction on it or something like that. Then I'd be like, bro, I thought you weren't supporting this. Now you're making money off of it. Now what do you like? This is completely hypocritical. But I'm not gonna give him shit until then. Until he goes live and does a reaction on this card, then everyone has every right to give him shit for it because he's contradicting everything he just said.
What about a guy like Roberto Lopez in the chat? I saw it says it's a bad look for UFC and ESPN. Then, but are you watching it? Are you going to watch it, or are you boycotting it? Because this is how
he's going to say he's not going to watch it, and then he's going to watch it. He's not going to tell you he's watching it.
If someone like Luke Thomas was like, fuck this, I'm not watching this. I'm flat out boycotting this. I am not watching this. This is so appalling that I'm not going to. Maybe I'll have a little bit more respect. But you know what's going to happen? He's going to watch. He's going to react. And so is everyone else. Everyone's going to watch this.
Guaranteed.
So my point is this. If you're so appalled by something like this, then say, start a thing saying, let's not watch this. No, this is crazy. Majority of the people that are criticizing this event are going to watch this event.
Yeah.
And even if it's a big car crash,
it's literally a case
not our problem.
Of people wanting to look like a good person but be selfish at the same time.
It's really weird.
You're either a good person or you're selfish. I mean, you could be a good person and selfish, but you can't contradict what your beliefs are when it comes to the situation. You either want it or you don't.
There is a part of me that it does make me a little uncomfortable. But it's overpowered by the part that says, I'm going to trust the UFC here. I'm going to trust them. If these fighters are willing to make some money and compete with no crowd and go through this process and they're going to trust the UFC, I'm going to trust it too. Like, I like this sport a lot. It's the only thing that we can really watch right now. If they say they can do it safely, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. If they fail, then I could laugh at them and make fun of them.
Do you feel like a shitty person by saying you want the UFC to happen? That you want?
No, I don't.
Do you want these people to risk their lives from the virus by hosting an event that you want to see?
Here's the reason why I don't feel like a shitty person. Because I watch people compete inside a cage and beat the shit out of each other until their faces are rearranged, knees, elbows, broken bones, the most brutal sport out there. If anything, I should feel bad that I watch men and women beat the living shit out of each other. But I don't. I don't feel bad about that. And that's why I don't feel bad about this pandemic. No matter what, they're risking their lives. When you're playing baseball, are you really risking your life out there? Like, I know you can get injured, but are you really risking your life? No. When you're playing basketball, you can get seriously injured there. You're not risking your life. Football, hockey, maybe a little bit risking your life, but not as much as mixed martial arts. 4-ounce gloves. Your job is to beat the living shit out of your opponent, and we call it a sport. Then I would feel terrible about that. Listen, guys and gals that feel bad about us consuming fights during a pandemic, we are watching people locked in a cage beat the shit out of each other. Like, why are we feeling bad? Right? It's crazy. It's really crazy watching the media. I really think I think the media is just being completely hypocritical. I really do.
No, I completely agree. Like I said, this is one of those cases where it's difficult to shit on him until he does something that contradicts himself, which he will. We all know he will. He and any other media member like him who says, oh, this is a horrible thing and they shouldn't be hosting this event. They're risking lives and I don't support this and nobody should be supporting this. You guys should listen to me. All right, fair. You have your opinion. But if you do a reaction to that fight or if you go live or if you cover it in any way, your words don't matter to anybody. They don't matter because you don't even believe what you're saying. Why should we?
CTE is something that's a real thing in combat sports. It's a real thing in the NFL. CTE has been linked to people killing their families and completely going off the deep end. We've seen fighters go through this. That's a crusade maybe you should go into over there. Your sport that you're consuming can be very dangerous in the long term. Mixed martial arts is something that's still early in its life. You know, I mean, we're watching a sport that's very, very dangerous and saying, well, this pandemic thing, listen, this pandemic is no joke. It's no joke. But if I'm going to worry about everything, I'm not going to watch this sport. So stop worrying, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's just watch the sport. Now, listen, I feel weird. I feel weird when I see a guy on the floor face down, bloodied on a mat. I feel weird when I watch bare knuckle. There's parts of me that's like, well, I feel a little weird watching this, but I love it. So I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm going to trust the UFC. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and that's that. Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, super chat.
King K.
Luke says a lot to say nothing. His wife cheats 100%.
That's horrible. Now that's That's a little fucked
I
up.
met his wife. She's actually a very nice woman. I don't think she cheats. They have a beautiful
my
kid,
God.
right? I don't know about that. You think because Luke's whining about everything that his wife's just cheating on him? I don't know if
No.
that's the case. All right, so let's see what the chat has to say about this before we get into these crazy stories.
All right. Sean Iron says, I like it. Heavy Microgrow says Luke Thomas is clout chasing. 100%. Staley says, I like Luke. Haha says Roberto. King K, haha. The MMA Herd says this would be the perfect event to test a lower pay-per-view price.
I would agree with that too. Yeah, I mean, honestly, everyone's got to get paid. They're taking a risk. They're spending extra money to get this thing done. I don't know how much they could make, even if with charging a full price. So,
Sean Hart brings up a very valid question.
yes,
We all like seeing the weigh-ins and everything, but do they host the weigh-ins with UFC 249 going on?
a couple
Or
of
do
masks.
Or do they do like the guy who tips the scale and then the fighter and then maybe like one other witness?
There is a lot of questions, and those
And they can't
questions
do face-offs.
will be answered. They will all be. Well, yeah, they can. Why can't they?
Because technically speaking, it's unsafe.
They got to do it
And-
6 feet away from each other.
And Dana White is all about the safety of the fighters while he's hosting this event.
You're gonna have your weigh-ins. You're gonna have your face-offs. You're gonna have everything. It's just gonna look.
What
a
are
little
they going to
different.
be 6-foot face-offs?
Well, that was the joke, the social distancing joke.
That's
Like,
going to
I
be
threw it out there.
horrible.
No, it's not going to be 6 feet apart. You know why? Because they're going to be tested. According to Dana White, they're going to be tested multiple times. That's apparently what's going to happen here. So I guess once they get them to their location, they're going to test them multiple times, make sure they're ready to go. They'll do their weigh-ins. They'll have their face-offs. It's going to be the same shit. They said it's business as usual. This is what Dana White's saying. So I'm just going by what Dana White's saying. Dana White had an interview with Brett Okamoto. They were literally like 2 millimeters away from each other. I was watching this interview. I'm like, where's the social distancing here? They're just, and Dana's coughing. He's like, yeah, so we're going to do this. And I'm just watching this thing. I'm like,
Doesn't he always cough though?
yeah, he's always coughing.
Yeah,
I don't think he has the corona, but anyway, he could. Did he get tested? I don't know.
I'm
But him
sure.
and Brett Okamoto are just having this grand, and that's another funny thing.
What do you think was
I don't
going
want to
through
keep
Brett
on bringing up
Okamoto's
fucking
head?
Luke Thomas, but I just can't get his last video out of my head. He's going on, and then he said Brett Okamoto did a good job. He made no mention of them being in the same fucking room, no coronavirus test. They're literally right next to each other, no social distancing. Dana White's coughing, no word of that. So if he's so fucking worried about people, why is he not worried about Brett? Just good interview.
Because he doesn't believe what he's saying. He's
so weird.
saying it so he can look like a good person and people can give him the attention of being a good person. He doesn't give a fuck. Do you actually think he gives a fuck? No.
I don't know what he thinks,
Because
to
he's
be
going to
honest.
watch the fight. He's going to cover it in some way, whether he does a reaction or he covers it in his news or whatever, what have you. He will cover it. There's no doubt in my mind he will mention it, if not react to it.
What was he going to do
Like,
with Sirius? Sirius is...
He gives no flying fucks about what happens. He's just trying to look like a good person.
You think he doesn't... Wow. That's a bold thing, Jesse.
It's the truth. Do you
Luke.
honestly think anybody in this business of airing news or being in the public eye for like giving MMA topics or whatever, do you honestly think that they're not like that they're straight arrows? Because they're not. Everybody's two-faced in that business.
Well, yes, they're two-faced. But to say that he doesn't care about an epidemic is a harsh
I
thing to say.
guarantee he cares about the pandemic itself, but I don't think he cares as much as he leads on about what happens to the fighters and whether or not he supports the event and blah blah
Well,
blah blah.
it's there's holes. There's a lot of holes in it.
He doesn't give a fuck.
A
He doesn't care.
lot of holes in it. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I want to see the fights. I want to see the fights happen. If Dana White says they're going to happen and they're going to be safe, I'm going to believe him. If he's wrong and an outbreak happens on the island or this location for UFC 249, let me make this clear. UFC 249 is not on the island. Okay, this Mortal Kombat island is after UFC 249. So we get some exciting stuff after this, right? Apparently, there's going to be some special place that they're having it in the U.S. Rumors are California. You want to hit the story?
All right. Well, we already know Rose is out. Do I have to cover that one?
Well, I mean, Rose is out.
I don't really know
We'll
if
go
this-
back into that one.
if
We'll
there's
go back
much
into
more
it.
to cover for that one. All right. According to Golf Digest, The Loop. Dana White is buying a private island to host UFC fights. It might be the most Mortal Kombat thing ever. The current dilemma facing sports leagues across the world right now. How do we play our games, finish our seasons, and put some money back in the old advertising coffers without jeopardizing the health of our players and fans? The MLB has floated a supersized Cactus League that would feature all 30 teams playing in games in Arizona as early as May.
By the way, Jesse, that's nice, right? Maybe we could squeeze into one of those quarantine
Well,
games.
I don't really know if that's
Oh, no?
the smartest.
Why not?
No. They're doing that because Arizona is just now starting to see a rise in cases.
Ah.
So they think Arizona's immune, but it's not. I promise you. The NHL is weighing up a D2, the Mighty Duck style playoff tourney that would take place in the frozen wastes of North Dakota where no virus could possibly survive. Perhaps the best, and by best, we mean most batshit crazy plan of them all, however, belongs to the UFC commission. Dana White, who told TMZ on Wednesday that he is on the verge of securing a deal for a private island where he will be able to host UFC fights moving forward. If that sounds like the most Mortal Kombat thing ever to you, that's because it is. Pretty much what you were envisioning, right? For now, White says UFC 249 on April 18th, which has already lost its venue and half of its main card, will go on at a yet unspecified venue stateside. There is a deal in place to host fights at the venue every week for the next 2 months. After that, it's island time. Assuming the deal for the Fight Island, the Peninsula of Pound, the archipelago of elbows, goes through, White plans to tuck in big-name fighters from around the globe via private jet.
It's going to be something else, man.
If that sounds like the most Conor thing ever to you, that's because it is. And that's pretty much it.
That's crazy.
So Dana White is going to host 2 weeks worth of events here on that reservation, and then he's going to move over to the private island.
Okay. Oh, so 2 events on the reservation?
It says 2 weeks worth of events.
All right. So basically, we're going to see. So he also said they're building like a whole thing over there.
Oh, there's a deal in place to host fights at the venue every week for the next 2 months, and then they move over to the island.
Yes. Okay.
The
They're building something over there, and I'm trying to think, like, how are they building something? Like, can't you have only a certain amount of people working together? Like, where they have one guy 6 feet away from the other guy just building this
on the island?
This venue, yeah.
Well, no, because technically they're scurrying around U.S. laws, so there's no law on
the private island. Yeah, so you're saying they're just recklessly gonna just bring in a shitload of people over there?
Technically speaking,
test them.
There's no law, so as long as everybody's healthy, he can bring as many people as he wants in, and they can all work within close quarters.
I guess, yeah. If there's no one on this island, right, and you test everyone's good to go. You throw them on a plane, they fly over to the island. All you need is one person to go over there, and it infects the whole fucking island.
That's what I'm saying. If you can be asymptomatic before, I guess, because if you take the test, you still have the virus in you. So all they have to do is test someone before they go to the island, and I suppose it would be safe, but it's still not 100% safe.
Yeah, the question is, there's no instant test yet, right? There's no instant test.
Well, the shortest they have is 24 hours.
Huh?
The shortest test they have right now is 24 hours.
So what are they going to do? Test them and have them in a room for 24 hours with no people there and then fly them immediately to the island?
Yeah, I would assume they would quarantine them for 24 hours. They would test them and quarantine them. If their test is negative, then they immediately fly them to the island.
Listen, if people want to do this, I'm with it. I mean, listen, they're getting paid. I don't know. There is holes in Dana's plan here. There are things that just don't make sense on how he's going to do it. And I guess that, trickles into the concern that the media has. But like I said, if they're doing
something tells me he's not going to be testing them as much as he says. Though.
But do you think, let me ask you this question. If someone pops up with the virus, do you think they just dump them in the water? What do you think?
No.
Just to save face, they just off them?
You know what I think happens is they immediately send them out, they sanitize the area, and they don't tell anybody about it. I guarantee that's what happens. They don't tell anybody, because the moment it comes out that one person has it, the media is going to flock on that.
They kill the person. Why even let it leak? Someone has the coronavirus, you immediately off them. Maybe in the contract, we're going to pay you very well to build this little venue on this island.
But don't get sick.
If you get sick, you're dead. You're going to be paid a lot. So try not to get sick. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Right?
Oh man. The thing about coronavirus though is if someone has it and they're not showing symptoms, then they could pass it to 20, 30 other people before even realizing they have it. Now 20, 30 other people on this island have it, and the whole island is packed with coronavirus now.
It seems incredibly reckless. So I understand what they're saying, the media, but I trust Dana White. He's going to do this safely. And I'm going to watch Death Island. I'm going to watch fight. I mean, maybe we're terrible. Maybe we're just terrible human beings. We picked the wrong sport, friends. We watch people compete in a cage to beat the living snot out of each other, and now we're going to take it to the next level. They must die. I don't know. It's crazy. It really is crazy. The whole scenario is crazy. I get it, but what are we going to do? We're going to watch it. If we weren't going to watch it, then are we horrible people, Jesse?
In a
Does
way,
this make us horrible?
Listen, in a way we are contributing because as the consumers, we have made it clear that we will consume.
That's right.
And as long as there are consumers, the UFC will never stop. They
Are
will
we
always
horrible?
provide product.
Let me ask the people, and there are a few people in the chat that aren't down with this. They're not down with this going to happen. They're saying, listen, stop this immediately. Are you watching the event?
Listen,
I want to know.
Thousands of people are in quarantine right now. Of course they're going to watch.
PBR.
Hey, waving.
Hi, how are you, PBR? Waving. Thank you for the donation. Wonderful. I'm curious with the chat, like where are the people that are anti this? I'm very curious.
I gotta pee.
Why not? It's entertainment. If they die, they die. Right? Fucking love it. No, we are not horrible. We are wonderful. Dana's a moron and can't make it safe. He does not know the basic logic. Well, I mean, there's more than just Dana, He's the voice. But there's more players.
Paige Van Zandt said she wants to fight on the island. Hopefully they send her and her husband to the wrong island and leaves them there. Maybe one with cannibals. Okay, that's all. Back to you in studio, Moss and JBH.
Thank you, Drunk Savage. I appreciate that.
Wonderful.
That's wonderful. Yeah, send Paige Van. Well, maybe Paige Van Zandt should fill in. I wouldn't feel bad. Just put fighters on this card that you don't like. Put Luke Rockhold, Paige Van Zandt. Like, put people that you just don't care about, right? No,
CBD.
That's terrible.
CBD.
Roberto CBD.
CBD. It helps with healing process and inflammation and stuff like that.
Man.
Get these for before or after the fight training and make your life a better place.
Unfortunately, people will always hate regardless what you do. If you are successful or doing bad, people will always find an excuse to hate. Dana is a smart man. You've 249 probably breaks records.
There you go. You know what the funny? Thank you, Roberto Hernandez. Appreciate that donation. Wonderful. How about Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan said on his podcast, he says, I'm not going to be there. Nope. I won't be there for UFC 249. Dana White's like, he'll be there. You mean even Joe Rogan is getting dragged over to this island without his consent? I mean, Joe Rogan literally said he wasn't going to be there for UFC 249, and Dana's like, no, he'll be there. All right, we'll see what happens. I'm curious. Do you think Joe's going to go to the event?
No,
Joe Rogan?
I don't.
You don't? Dana White said, no, he's there. Dana White said, no, Joe, you can't say that. He's going. So Joe's going, and also selected media members that are interested in covering this. Like, let's pick the media members we don't like. The schmo. Send them over. Mark Ramundi. Little shithead. Send him over there.
I think the schmo would be there for sure.
Do you think the MMA junkie guy's going to be there? First question.
Yeah, I think he'll be there.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be MMA junkie, ARIEL Helwani, Brett Okamoto. Because clearly Brett doesn't care because he's working for ESPN. He was right next to Dana White the other day.
I don't think Brett's going to be there. No.
I think he will.
Nope. He won't be there. Brett has... Well, then again, Brett did fucking stand right next to him with that interview.
So I just said, yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, if he cared that much, he wouldn't have done the interview with Dana White.
That's so weird.
Where was I at? ARIEL Helwani, Brett Okamoto.
ARIEL's going to be there?
Yeah, he's usually there for all pay-per-views.
ARIEL's not going. ARIEL is quarantined in his home right now.
You said the same thing about Brett, and we just mentioned that he didn't interview.
I'm going to tell you right now. There's going to be no Jewish media people there. No, the Jews know better.
That's not true.
Why?
Because the Jewish communities here in New York are
Yeah.
colonizing right now for funerals and weddings and shit like that,
Yeah.
paying no mind to the fact that the coronavirus is a serious problem.
You might be talking about the Hasidics. They're different. They're
There's
immune to
no
everything.
difference. The
The
fuck?
Jews aren't going to go. Jews aren't going. They're not. It's not happening. Ariel will not be there. Mark my words. I'll place a friendly wager with you. Yeah, there is no way Ariel is going to be there. It's
$5?
not happening.
You want to put $5 up on the computer right now and then
For all right, the island or what are we talking about? UFC 249. He is. Yeah.
the Ariel
All right,
goes.
it's on $5.
right, let me grab
no
$5.
Ariel. Get the $5 and just
From
give it to
you
me
and
now.
from me.
There is no way.
Hold
There is
on.
no. Did the fucking thing just get louder or what the? Oh, you
Yeah, it was mine.
unhooked it. I don't think Ariel's going to be there. Select media members. Who do you think's going to be there in attendance? You think Brett? Yeah. Now that Brett, you think about it. Brett did the interview with Dana White, and no fucks given. Just showed up. Says, "Hey, we'll do this face to face, a foot away from each other." Jews will not be there. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think they're smart. Jewish people, very smart. They're not dumb. Look at Howard Stern. That guy he's more quarantined than anyone else. My chat thing is messed up. Anyone having chat problems? I don't know. It seems like it's flowing good over here. Who's the first? Who's for the first question? Yeah, it's gonna be John Morgan, right? Is John Morgan gonna be there? Who is gonna ask the first question if John Morgan is not there? Who will ask it?
Okay. $5 from me.
It's the same money.
No, this is my money. This is your money.
Okay.
Oh wait, this is not $5.
Doesn't really matter. I'll give you $5. Nah, Ariel's not gonna be there. I'm telling you right now. There's no way. Ariel's gonna be home.
Okay.
You know Luke Thomas is not gonna be
5
there.
from me, 5 from you. Okay.
Yeah.
$10 says Ariel Helwani will be there at UFC 249.
All right. I'll spend that. I'll spend this.
Put
I might as well
put
take it
on
now.
On the computer.
I'll put it right here. All right. Friendly wager. Shout out to Bet DSI. Link in the description. All right. Let's go into the next story over here, Jesse.
Okay. What's the next story? Hold on. Let me just.
I don't know.
I'm so busy getting our wager, All right. I already know UFC. All right. UFC 249 coronavirus limits is set for tribal land in California. We already discussed this a little bit. But it just kind of goes further in depth as to how they are getting away with this. The location will be...
Shopping during a pandemic. Hold on. We got a drunk one.
Dana is going to bring all the media members to the island, then after the event let them loose in the woods, then hunt them with his rich friends. Who makes it out? Something is really wrong with me. With no MMA, I just need some blood, damn it.
Yeah. You know what, though? It's not far-fetched. Maybe, just maybe, Dana White's not hiring medical people.
So the UFC's hiring right now for everything.
But
Did you see
maybe.
that?
But what's going to happen here, and this is a question a lot of media members have been asking, and this is something that's been rattling around in my head. If someone gets seriously injured in a fight, not even just the coronavirus, is
What
there
hospital do they go?
are they building a
They
hospital
would
over
like
there too?
airlift them to the next local island that has a hospital on it.
He says everyone is safer with me than they are without me, basically, what Dana White's saying. It does sound crazy. I would love to know the plan, but I guess...
I'll give you the list after this. I'll give you the list of what their advanced measures are.
Let me just make this clear. I don't care, okay? I want to see fights, so I don't care. But I am curious of the answers. Like, where are they going to go?
Airlift.
It's like I broke my leg or my back.
Well, if they broke a bone, technically they can be airlifted and go on hours.
What if they need immediate, like they have to go immediate surgery? What if there's something they have to literally be like from the cage to the hospital? Not on a helicopter or anything like that. Like where do they go?
A mobile hospital?
Do the natives with the fucking bones through the nose?
A mobile hospital.
It's crazy. But it's fantastic. I can't wait. All right, what's that story, Jessica?
All right.
Shopping
yeah.
during
You gotta pause though so I can tell you the story.
Sorry. Zen Rhino. What up, Zen Rhino?
Joe Rogan has no morals and zero integrity. He's under contract. He'll go where Dana tells him to, or he'll be out of a job. He's a propaganda puppet, not an expert.
Wow.
He never fought the cage or competed in BJJ. He's a taekwondo bitch. Fu Krogan.
Whoa.
Wait, so
damn, Zen Rhino.
Can I just ask, where did you hear Dana White say that Rogan was in? Where did you hear that?
He said on Brett's interview.
That Rogan is going to attend UFC 249?
He says he'll be there. Oh, he just said he's going to be there. There is Dana White there's no when the boss talks. Here's the thing though, Joe Rogan, he doesn't need the UFC anymore. He's the Oprah of podcasting. Like he doesn't need the UFC anymore. He is under contract. So this is a good reason to be like, all right.
Thinking of him as the Oprah.
He is. He looks like Oprah now.
And all I was thinking was Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres was right underneath Oprah when it came to live talk shows. So I was like, are we the Ellen DeGeneres?
We're nothing. We're the MMA. That's what we are. There's really nothing you can compare.
We're the Ellen. We're the Ellen of podcasting, and Rogan is the Oprah.
Yeah.
Oh god, so funny.
Yeah. You're right.
I thought it was funny. He never finds anything I say funny.
We're the Ellen Show. But I think it is weird that Rogan says, no, I'm not going. And then all of a sudden Dana said, yeah, you're going. So if Joe Rogan shows up, it does kind of look weird, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're under contract, you got a job, you got to do it, I guess. Yeah, Jerry Springer. That would be more interesting. Yeah, right? Jerry Springer more than Ellen. I would say that would be more accurate.
Okay.
Right? That makes more sense.
Funny, that's all.
You're funny, Jesse. We love you.
You don't have to lie to me.
You're a funny girl.
You don't have to lie.
I don't lie. I never lie.
Okay.
My nose is big enough as it is. All right. So what's the story?
Okay. So the actual place that it's that UFC 249 is taking place is called the Tachi Palace Casino Resort near Lemoore, California, about 40 miles south of Fresno, according to the people who spoke on condition of anonymity because White had not announced the venue. The casino, which closed the night of March 20th because of the pandemic, is on land belonging to the Tachi Yokut tribe, I think I pronounced that right, part of the federally recognized Santa Rosa Indian community. A representative of the Palace Casino Resort could not immediately be reached for comment, and the UFC did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The location was first reported by Jeff Sherwood, the co-host of the Behind the Paywall MMA podcast.
Mm-hmm. All right. So tribal land for UFC 249, and then the international fights are going to be in this mysterious island. That is where we stand. If you're just jumping into the show, we also spoke about Rose Namajunas being off of the card. It is an unfortunate thing. They're still on the UFC.com. So I'm assuming Hardy versus DeCastro is the co-main. Is that the case, Jess?
I can double check for you real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see on Tapology. Let me take a peek on the tap. I don't know what the dealio is, but no, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't know who the co-main is.
I'll look for you in a second.
You got a bunch of good fights on here, so I'm not really worried. I have a feeling this is not going to be the only one that gets scrapped, though. I really don't think so. But we'll see. All right, Jesse.
Jesse?
What do we got there? A little love letter?
No. I'm so that we don't forget what the wager was for. I'm just
I'll remember.
No, you'll forget.
Just put coronavirus Jew, and I'll remember that. All right, so the little wager is, will ARIEL HELWANI be in attendance for UFC 249? I'm going with no. Jesse's going with yes. All right, so let's see what's going on in this chat room over here. Chat in full effect. Oh, hold on a second.
No, we still have them as the co-main.
Stogger
Rogan
Bogger
said he's going to be there on today's podcast.
Well, there you go. He went no. Dana White said yes. Now Dana White's like, Rogan's like, yeah.
Oh, wait, so he said, oh, okay.
So there you go. It has been confirmed. So, Joe, you going?
The card Francis Ngannou versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik in a likely heavyweight title eliminator, but it doesn't really say.
That should be the co-main.
It doesn't say co-main, though, but they did mention it, so I would assume
yeah, that should be the
might
co-main.
Be the co-main. There's no
during a pandemic
confirmed bout yet.
Yeah, that should be it.
Got my Luxe Bidet with your promo code before the price gouged the shit out of them. No pun intended.
That's what you gotta do, man.
Well, no, hold on a second. There was no price gouge. They
I was going
raised.
to talk about the promo code, but okay.
Yeah, no, they raised the price because of, well, we have the email from them.
Yeah, let me just pull it up.
Yeah, we actually reached out to them about that because people were like, oh, price gouging and this and that. They actually sent us an email telling us what was going on. The Luxe Bidet, actually, when we first signed up with them, they were already tremendously discounted.
Yeah.
So here, Jesse's got the story over here. Luxe
And
Bidet.
they even provided us with like graphs and stuff like that to show.
Yeah, graphs. And graphs are very important.
Okay.
I'm playing the music, so you can
But
say
I'm just
you could say it during the music.
Okay. Luxe Bidet said, thank you for reaching out to us. Please know that we have not increased the price as some sort of price gouging in this crisis. We will never increase our price like that, especially in such crisis. Our MSRP and full retail prices are high, and we normally list our bidets as sale prices. Amazon, one of our buyers, had removed the sale price in early March, and partly as a result of that, as well as a general toilet paper panic, we saw a very large surge in our sales on our websites. All of our staff at the warehouses and at our office are working overtime at overtime rates to meet the demand. We were also getting the shipping supplies shipped by expedited shipments to us. To fulfill the orders, we had increased our expenses, and to keep the items from going out of stock, we had lessened the sale discount on many of our models. Our current price still stays below our MSRP prices and below all of our competitors' prices. We are also getting more bidets shipped to us from our manufacturers by air shipment, greatly increasing the overall logistics cost, and we will continue to work overtime. Our current Neo 120 price is $59.95. The MSRP is $89.95. Amazon is selling it at $75, price set by them. Some of our competitors were selling similar models at over $120, so our price, even in this crisis and with increased logistics costs, is kept at $59.95. Amazon has sold this bidet over $60 many times in the past, so this price of $59.95 is not a result of taking advantage of the crisis. Please see the attached price history of the model on Amazon. Prices set by Amazon. We hope to keep reducing the prices as soon as we can bring the logistics cost down and have a stable stock.
All right, so Luxe Bidet, we have a link in the description now. What is it, $60?
It's $59.95. Now, they did give also directed towards you guys as the audience. They said, I understand that some people feel a bit upset due to the sudden increase. However, the price is still kept below where the bidets have sold many times in the past and is below the MSRP. Our warehouse staff is working weekends and overtime while taking all of the health precautions. We are also using more expensive logistics to handle the demand. The price increases certainly do not come close to anything resembling price gouging. We will never even think about doing anything like that. We truly value our customers. We hope to bring down prices as soon as our stocks and logistics get stabilized.
Let me make this clear to you, okay? We got the bidet when it was like $30 or something like that. Now it's $60, but we have a 10% discount as well. So
and it's the cheapest. You're not going to find any other, and I even looked it up after they sent me this email. You will never find any other bidet company that provides the quality and product that they do for that price.
Okay.
Ever.
So I'm going to make it very easy for you. You save a shitload of money on toilet paper. This thing should be $300. Seriously, it should be more than that. You save a shit. Get it? Shit. Load of money by getting a bidet. And it's only, it's be like $50 or some shit like that. So check it out. Luxe Bidet, link in the description, and clean that bunghole. V-neck called us up and said, hey.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I love this thing. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the best. It's going to change your goddamn life. Make you wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
He didn't put it on right the first time, right? Is that what he did?
I don't know.
Squirt his taint.
You know
or
what
something?
it is? Guys have this weird thing. Guys have this weird thing that don't like things shoved up their ass. I don't know what it is. They think it's gay. Everyone that hears bidet, they say, I don't want water in my ass. That's gay. And then they use it and they're like,
oh, it's magical.
There's no more shit in my ass. This is great.
You know what's funny is ever since this whole toilet paper hoarding thing happened, like I've heard more stories of people getting bidets than anything at all. So if anything,
this is the most affordable one out there.
Yeah, and if anything, the bidet is probably more efficient because with all the hoarding, you would think you want to go to the store and buy a whole bunch of toilet paper and shit like that.
What the hell's toilet paper? What is that?
Yeah, and spend all that money, and it's like, why do that?
All right, this is the longest promo ever, Jess. I think we've gone way too far.
Why do you always cut me off?
I know, this is the longest. All right, just get the Luxe Bidet. Link in the description. Let's get back into the stories over here. We're going too far with this poopy shoot conversation here. 10-minute promo. Link in the description. Now you know why it has been cut. Jesse, next in the news, Dana White.
Dana White says everybody's afraid to be the first during the coronavirus pandemic except me and Vince McMahon.
Okay. There we go. Vince McMahon. No one gives him trouble, right?
While every other major sport is shut down in the United States, from the NBA to the NHL and Major League Soccer, the UFC is plotting a return to action on April 18th with an interim title fight between Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje. The date will mark the start of several consecutive shows in a row after the UFC president revealed plans to hold numerous cards at an undisclosed location in the U.S., as well as plans to hold international events on a private island. Meanwhile, the WWE just wrapped up a 2-night WrestleMania event that was filmed in advance and held behind closed doors without an audience in attendance. McMahon has kept the WWE churning out programming at the company's performance center in Orlando, Florida, regardless of the ongoing global pandemic, with experts advising isolation, social distancing, and paying meticulous attention to health and safety right now. Now, White will join him as the only other major promoter willing to put on shows, with none of the other major sports ready to make that move just yet. White says he followed all the guidelines regarding the stay-at-home order that's been issued across numerous states, including Nevada, where he and his family reside. He believes that people can't keep hiding in their houses, living in abject terror after or about going outside again, while simultaneously going stir-crazy. That's why White feels at some point the world just needs to return to some sense of normalcy. With plans to promote a string of events in consecutive weeks, White promises that once the ball starts rolling, the UFC won't be slowing down anytime soon. He plans on taking all the necessary precautions when it comes to the health of the athletes and everybody else attending the events, from his staff to media members in attendance. Back in late March, President Donald Trump said that we can't have the cure be worse than the problem. When addressing the need to get people back to work and rescue a struggling economy, White seems to agree with him when it comes to his plan to promote UFC cards rather than sitting back and waiting for the next bad thing to happen.
So Dana White, Vince McMahon, UFC, WWE, still going. Business as usual here. Once they get that island together, the UFC is just going to be pumping out fights, and they're just going to go. They're saying, listen, this is serious, but we're going to do this right. No one's going to get sick. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be wonderful, wonderful. I am curious, though. A lot of people are saying that WWE is not getting criticized, and it doesn't make any sense, Jesse. Is it because they don't have an island? What's the reason for that? What do you think?
I was too busy reading the next article.
Let's try this again. So the WWE not getting criticized for the coronavirus and having events. Why do you think that the UFC is getting criticized?
I think they are, but we just don't pay enough attention to the WWE to see that they're getting criticized.
Well, I mean, I haven't read any stories. I mean, let me look up.
Do you look up stories about
I'll look up right now.
WWE news?
I mean, I haven't seen anything. And we've asked the community that are WWE fans. No one is saying anything about they shouldn't do this.
I'm sure they're getting criticism.
You think it's as bad as the UFC?
I don't think the UFC is even getting criticism that bad, to be honest. I think this is just like when a media member says something about it, then it sounds bad, like worse than it is. Because if you look at all the MMA fans, they've all said, "Oh, I want to see the fight. I don't care. I want to see the fight." So I don't think they're getting as much criticism.
Wow, all I see is criticism. That's all I see. All I see the media doing is just shitting on the UFC for doing this. That's all I see. That's every time I read a story, it's about Dana White risking lives. That's all I see.
Yeah, you understand why that happened.
Why?
It didn't start becoming a serious problem until Dana White went after the media and started calling them pussies.
Well, there you go.
And then the media got offended, and that's why they're going after him. It has nothing to do with this.
Well, he's calling them pussies because he's under fire constantly for, doing certain things. It's always, and he's had enough. He's like fake news, this and that. People reporting things that aren't true. And then all of a sudden, this whole situation, now he's all upset because he's calling everyone a bunch of pussies. Now, he's not handling that correctly, but maybe they are a bunch of pussies. I don't know. Vince McMahon is nowhere to be found, and I'm thinking that he's not running the show anymore. I'm thinking it's his daughter and Triple H. I think that's what's going on there. But there is no criticism at all for the WWE. I just looked up right now. I can't find, let's see. I can't find anything on the WWE getting criticized for this shit. Let's see. Coronavirus with WrestleMania, the show must go on no matter what. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like if you put coronavirus in the UFC, you're just going to see WWE announces special coronavirus protocol before latest taping. Maybe too because the WWE can get away with doing these events with less people with pre-recorded stuff. That's possible too,
Maybe.
Are you on the island right now? You on UFC Island?
Yes.
Would you go? Would you go to the island? Like,
No.
say this event happens.
No. You don't even have to continue. I will not. No.
No, but hear me out. Say this event happens, right? Everything goes fine. Then the next event happens.
No.
Everything's fine. And then the island's opened up.
No.
And then we find out there's a dip in rates. Like, everything is kind of going away a little bit. It's not gone, but slowly going away. And like, we're going to open this up to the fans.
Nope.
You wouldn't do it?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Fine. Would you in the chat? Let us know in the chat if you would go. I would like to know that. As we get into the next story over here, Jess, what do we got?
According to Bloody Elbow, the list of the UFC's coronavirus measures, this kind of goes towards everything that you've been talking about thus far, Moss.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Roberto. What up, Roberto?
Same people criticizing the event are the ones breaking the quarantine, like Illinois mayor's wife, at about 1 a.m. Sunday.
What is that? 1 a.m. Sunday? Out partying? That's not cool. How do you, I don't understand how people, like, that's the thing. If you're going to go out there and you're going to say that don't do something, there are so many people that are hypocrites that say don't do something, don't do something, don't do something. This is terrible. This is a shame. And then they break what they're saying. So much hypocrisy out there. Why? That's why it's tough for me to constantly, like, just go after somebody, because I know I'm not perfect. So if I'm going to keep on shitting on someone over and over and over again, I'm going to get it back. So that's why a lot of times I'm like, you know what? Leave him alone. Let him do it. I can't go hard on someone because chances are I'm doing something.
Well, like, you went hard on Luke Thomas earlier.
Yeah, because he's being a dick. He's being a dick. I met Luke Thomas. He blocked us on Instagram for no fucking reason. That makes no sense. I don't know what the fuck we did to him.
So you have an underlying,
and then I watched the video last night. You didn't watch the video.
No, I only heard what you told me.
Watch the video.
No, I
trust me on this. Watch the video, and you will have a million things to say.
You know why I don't like listening to him? Is my patience level is like this thin.
So why are we talking about him?
So if I had to listen to somebody talking like this with these big words because it makes me sound smart.
So why are we talking about him then?
I can't. Well, you brought him up.
You just did.
No, I was wondering why, because you were talking about hypocrisy.
Yeah. Well, how am I being hypocritical about Luke Thomas?
No, I'm not saying. Jesus
no,
Christ.
I'm just asking.
I'm not saying you were being hypocritical. All I was saying was you said you don't go hard on people, and I said
no,
you go hard on.
No, I'm saying I'm not going to drill home something that is like righteous and then fucking like for instance, Jon Jones. I'm not the biggest Jon Jones fan in the world. I'm not going to shit on the guy over and over and over again because he's doing stupid shit. I could make fun of him, I could laugh, and then say, well, I kind of feel bad for the guy. Like, I don't have to fucking go hard. I'm not going to lead. I don't like when people are leading this fucking revolt against something and then hypocritically going the other way, like that person that went to the bar. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You got to be smart. You got to be strategic. So many people out there are pointing fingers. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Where? And then the next minute, they're making the same mistake. That's the point I'm making. It's ridiculous. Enough's enough with your righteous bullshit. Enough with your stupid righteous shit. I don't give a fuck about your righteous shit. It's stupid. We want to see some fights. You're going to watch the fights too, so shut up and enjoy the fights. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, Jess, talk about Dana White again. I think every story is about Dana.
Anyways, the list of the safety measures that they're taking, starting with number 1, only UFC and venue staff will be allowed inside the resort, and everyone will be subjected to advanced medical screening. Number 2, the number of doctors typically working UFC events will be doubled, and there will be a level 1 trauma center available during fight nights for those that will need medical attention after their bouts. Number 3, treadmills and portable saunas will be put in fighters' rooms, and an outdoor running track will be built in the resort so fighters can still train and cut weight during fight week. Number 4, the event is closed off to fans, but a small number of media will still be allowed to attend the show. Number 5, housekeeping staff won't be given access to rooms once a fighter has checked in. Baskets will be available outside of their rooms for towels and other amenities they may need replaced. 6, UFC commentators will likely be in the same room, but not directly against the octagon. And 7, social distancing will still be implemented. They will make sure there won't be more than 10 people in the same room.
All right. So here we go. Dana White. He's taking all the precautions here, Jesse. Right? He's got it all taken care of. What are we worried about? Nothing. It's going to be great. It's going to be grand. We're going to have a fight card. We're going to watch it. We're going to enjoy it. And hopefully no one gets hurt or sick. Right? It's like every time. I feel uncomfortable right now. Why?
Why?
I don't know. It just feels awkward in here. You want to do some dancing?
It's
or some
only
shit?
awkward if you make it awkward, Moss.
No, I just feel awkward. You don't feel the awkwardness?
No.
I feel there's no chemistry tonight. Should we start making out or some shit?
Get away from me. I don't want to make out.
Remember that. Remember this moment.
No, I'm just...
Timestamp this moment. Because anytime she tries to kiss me on air, I tried. Go back to the timestamp of season 4, episode 14.
I don't want to make out with you on air. What do you want me to do?
Winner, winner,
you
chicken
want me to
dinner.
make out with you on air? Like,
No,
come
I don't.
on, get the fuck out of here.
I just used a tactical attempt. And there goes that. Maddie.
Conor v. Poirier at 170.
Conor versus Poirier at 170. Poirier said that he does want to fight him at 170. Do you want to see it? Jess, would you like to see that?
No. No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Why?
No, I'd rather see Conor go down and get a rematch with Khabib. Is everything okay?
What did you say?
You want a lozenge or something?
So wait, the next fight you want Conor, you want him to wait for the rematch against Khabib?
No, not the next fight. I said I would rather see that over Conor Poirier.
No, we're talking about the next fight though for Conor. At
Conor's
170
next fight should
versus
be
Poirier would be fun, no?
Conor's next fight should be Gaethje. I believe that. But now that Gaethje's fighting Ferguson, it makes it a little more difficult.
So you wouldn't want to see Conor versus Poirier at 170? I mean, if you have to get a fight in,
I could care less.
So you want him to wait for the winner of Poirier? I mean, of
Well, I never
Gaethje
when
and
I
Ferguson.
originally thought Conor was gonna fight Gaethje, I never considered Gaethje Ferguson. So now everything's all fucked up. I believed that Conor's next fight should be Gaethje. Now everything's all fucked up. I don't know.
Well, I'm down with it. I think it'd be cool. Poirier got clipped in the first run around. I think Conor was in his head before the fight, so that didn't help. And I would like to see them run it back. A healthy Poirier, thicker Poirier versus the thicker Conor. It'd be fun. But, all right.
Fat bodies.
I like to see the fat bodies. By the way, Conor was doing this video. He put this video out of. He was doing pull-ups, and he was pulling his elbows in, right? And he was pulling up, and then slowly down, up and slowly down. When he had the elbows tucked in, he says it worked the inside of the chest.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. He's like, you're going to feel it right in here. It's like a stone wall if they hit you through the guard. Right? So I got to work out the inside of this thing. I'm going to try these pull-ups.
Everybody works their pecs here.
Yeah, I usually do wide or I do closed, but I never try to pull.
And they get that dip, right?
I never pull the elbows in. So do you?
Well, you do, though, when you do these.
It's a chest fly. That's for the chest. But I never thought of pull-ups. Like I've worked out with pull-ups and I felt it in my chest, but the outside of the chest, never really felt it on the inside.
Never felt it right here.
Gotta try these things out and try to get the inside going. See if that works. I'll let you know how that works. All right? Now it turns out. All right. Oh, you know what we gotta do, Jess?
What?
We gotta do something very, very special.
Pee again?
Oh, yeah, you gotta pee. We have to do the 50 likes. No, we don't. 100 likes. 100 likes. Let's go, baby. Like away if you're having a good time tonight on a Wednesday night quarantine action. Yeah. Hit the post.
100 likes. Watching fights. It's so tight.
MMA-Holes.
Pump them mics.
Pump, pump.
100 likes. Watching fights. It's so tight. MMA-Holes. Pump them mics.
Pump, pump.
100
I'm elbow, I'm buddy elbow.
Watching fights.
What are you doing? Too much contact.
MMA-Holes. Pump them mics.
Pump, pump.
100 likes.
So cranky.
Watching fights. It's so tight. MMA-Holes. Pump them mics.
Pump, pump.
All right. Here we go, baby. Like away.
The dislikes can choke on a carrot.
Moss,
All right.
I feel like you don't like to joke anymore.
No, I do like to joke. I like jokes. I don't like to joke. I'm one big joke. What are you talking about? I like to joke.
Makes me sad.
Yeah?
There was once a day, Moss, when I could buddy elbow bump you, and you would think it was funny.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? We're in the middle of a quarantine.
And
We're
now-
stuck in the same fucking place
Wait,
constantly.
play my music, please.
We hate each other. Oh,
And now
yes.
you just you're not having it anymore.
No, I know.
And it makes me sad because it makes me miss the old days.
Because we're stuck in a fucking quarantine and I want to off myself. I can't even go outside anymore without a mask or gloves or any of that stuff because it's fucking ridiculous. Wait, we're not taking phone calls, Jesse.
But even in quarantine, Moss, I'd like to say that we've been enjoying each other's company. And that also makes me sad that you don't see that.
Maybe you should kiss me when I go to kiss you. Nope, too late. Nope. All right.
I got his neck. Does that count?
All right, anyway. You done crying? Can we move on, for God's sakes? All right.
So nasty.
Jesus Christ. Let's get back into the news over here at JBH.
All right.
We have another story. What do we got?
So the UFC 250 arena is set to serve as a field hospital amid the coronavirus pandemic.
Okay,
Did you know
hold
that,
on.
Moss?
Let me sync. Wait, what?
The UFC 250 arena, where UFC 250 was supposed to take place in Sao Paulo,
Okay.
is now going to serve as a field hospital for the coronavirus.
So only the coronavirus can go there to get treated?
Yes.
No, you didn't hear what I said. Okay.
Well,
The coronavirus can't just go there. The people
coronavirus
have to go there.
patients.
Yes, because if the coronavirus just showed up, that would be weird, right?
Well,
It's like,
technically, the coronavirus will just show up, right? Okay. The Ibirapuera Gymnasium was expected to hold UFC 250 in Sao Paulo, Brazil on May 9th, but now will be used as a field hospital for patients infected with the new coronavirus. As the number of confirmed cases of the disease climbed to 13,717, with 667 deaths as of Tuesday afternoon, and with most of the cases concentrated in the state of Sao Paulo, the local government has decided to use the setup a field in the area. The local government has decided to use the setup a field. That makes no sense. Whoever wrote this makes no sense.
Where'd it come from?
The local government has decided to use the setup a field hospital in the area.
Okay.
Can you make sense of this sentence?
No, I also don't even give a shit about the story anymore. So the place where the UFC was going to happen at 250, no UFC, but it's going to be a place where they're going to take COVID patients.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all they had to say. They didn't have to start.
I was trying to stretch some time because we're only at 10 o'clock, you know?
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, they could have put the story together a little bit better.
Moss, you're making him do the splits.
Who?
Moss, he can't bend that way. His hamstrings.
Who, my little stress guy?
His hamstrings.
He's fine. Look at him. This guy used to have a beard. He shaved.
He used to have a face too.
His face is gone. Everything's gone. The quarantine has taken him out. His life is just a smushy mess. Anyway, see this shirt over here? Established shirts on the MMA-Holes.com. This is where we're putting the news up over here. Check it out. Here's our store. We've got some new things over there. Because of the quarantine, there's some things out of stock, but you can still get your sweaters, your tank tops, your aprons, your chick stuff. New stuff over here, established. The MMA Holes established shirts, and then the bags will be back in.
I want those
business.
pillows, those throw pillows. You know
Yeah,
what?
we should do that.
I think I'm going to get the throw pillars. Oh, God, I'm turning into you. Did you just hear that, Moss?
Can we just back up? You said, oh, God, I'm turning into you. Sorry. Sorry. Imagine I said, Jesse, oh, my God, I'm turning into you.
No, not in a bad way. I didn't mean that in a bad way.
A grumpy old man with a beard.
No, I didn't mean that in a, well, grumpy, yes. But I didn't mean that in a bad way. I meant, because you say, like for things that end in A or O, you say
And nig. Oh, I tried to catch her.
Yikes.
I didn't. No.
And,
No. Can't say that.
I said pillar.
Yeah.
I said I want to get some pillars. It sounds like you.
Some pillar? No, I don't do that. I say hold on.
Pillars.
What did I say? I put R's at the end of. No, pillars. I wouldn't do that.
Like if you were gonna say Sophia, you would say Sophia.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
yes,
it's not that. You're using it in the wrong context. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like you say
All right, so you get your
like idea. If you were to say I have an idea, you say I have an idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I said it.
Did we just sell some shirts, or did that work? Jess, did that work? I don't know.
I said.
Were we just trying to sell some merchandise, or were we talking about?
Yeah, get some pillars.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was just trying to figure out what the point of your story.
I'm gonna get some pillars, and I want you guys to get some pillars with me.
Okay, so long story short, go over to the MMAHoles.com and get yourself one of our new shirts. You can even get our Kung Flu shirt over here. Check out our Kung Flu shirt. Very edgy stuff on the MMA-Holes.com. All right, let's get into that next story over here in the news, JBH.
Khabib's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, has ripped Conor McGregor, saying he's just like a jealous prostitute. You've heard this, Moss?
You know, I mean, I'm really shocked. I'm surprised. I can't even believe that Ali Abdelaziz would say anything negative to Conor McGregor. I mean, it's very shocking.
According to the Bleacher Report, Ali Abdelaziz, the manager for UFC star Khabib Nurmagomedov, criticized what he believed to be the hypocrisy of Conor McGregor during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. McGregor has issued a public service announcement telling fans to stay indoors to limit the spread of the coronavirus. However, that came after McGregor said Nurmagomedov, was chickening out by pulling out of UFC 249 over fears about the pandemic. The comments did not sit well with Abdelaziz, who said, quote, Conor is not number one. He's not number one. Number two. He's not number three. It's Khabib, Justin, and Tony. He's number four. He's not even in the conversation right now. He's just like a jealous prostitute. She's got too old for her to make money. Mm-hmm. There's obviously no love lost between McGregor and Nurmagomedov. At UFC 223 Media Day in April 2018, McGregor attacked a bus carrying Nurmagomedov as well as the other fighters after Nurmagomedov confronted McGregor's training partner Artem Lobov in a hotel lobby earlier in the week. The attack injured some of the fighters and forced multiple bouts to be called off, and McGregor was charged with felony assault and criminal mischief. He later reached a plea deal and served 5 days of community service and was required to undergo an anger management assessment. They finally crossed paths in the octagon at UFC 229 in October 2018, with Khabib earning a 4-round submission victory. After the fight, members from both camps began brawling, which led to a 6-month suspension for McGregor and a 9-month ban for Nurmagomedov. McGregor told reporters in January he expects to have a rematch down the road. In an interview with ESPN's Brett Okamoto, Khabib said he expected to receive a call from UFC President Dana White about the idea once UFC 249 was over. According to Tapology, UFC 229 had the biggest buy rate in company history at 2.4 million, and it generated nearly $17.2 million in ticket sales. Even if a return bout failed to hit those numbers, it would unquestionably be a huge moneymaker for UFC. Abdelaziz's trash talk underscores how easily the promotion could hype up McGregor Nurmagomedov 2 should the fighters agree to another fight.
Yeah, Ali, he wants it. He wants it bad, man. He wants that prostitute. He's foaming at the mouth for the prostitute, right?
I mean,
we're out. All right. Well, this is a new stream. Unfortunately, I think it's
No, we're in.
Did it start back up?
I think we're in. Hold on. This one went.
Let's see. All right. Let me know in the chat with the ones. I think it just shut down. But let me know. Oh, are we good? Let me know with the ones if we are still here. So the problem still exists. That's great. That is just grand.
Yeah, we're good. It's on the same stream.
Hey, Bad Influence Bat. Hey, how you doing? This is number one bullshit. Okay, well, we're back. We're back in business. We're back in business. Sorry about that. I have no fucking idea what just happened. It just froze. No clue. We thought this was fixed. They updated the software, and we're freezing again. That's fucking great. All right. Let me fix a couple of things over here. This is fucking stressful, man. This is stressful. All right. Well, sorry about that. I don't know why it did that, but we are back in business, and I just got to fix a couple
maybe
things.
Ali hacked us in the moment we were
Ali
talking
Abdelaziz. About. Yeah, everything is just reset.
That's okay.
I'll fix this up.
Okay, it's back, says James Young. Yeah, all you guys have to do is hit refresh. This happens every once in a while. It's fine. She joins says, ha ha ha, Rona Bib, Bad Influence Bat, Faylord Mafia, did Conor win?
Okay.
Food software.
Well, let's play a couple of donations as we are back here. Sorry about that, guys. Apologies. Alrighty. So see this, Jess? I started the donations back up, and where do we leave off here? See, look at this. None of the donations are playing now.
Oh, super.
So that's how you know it's a thing between the two. King K says,
kissing passes Corona, like would not approve. Or Luke, I think he meant, would not approve.
Kissing passes Corona, Luke would not approve. Thank you, King K, for the donation. Sorry about the glitch, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Wonderful, wonderful. Drop the wonderful, wonderfuls in the chat. as I don't know what the hell was that. Like, why did it do that? Just fucking the stream just completely collided. All right, let's see. We got another donation coming in over here. We'll get back into the news in a sec.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Vladimir.
Sup niggers. No notification getting gang on the check-in. Guess I should know by now.
Yeah.
Pumped to finally get some fights going. Something tells me Homer's going catch Tony with some random shit.
So you're thinking Gaethje is going to get it done. Jess, what do you think?
I think I might have to agree with you.
Hmm.
But you'll find out at Fight Briefing on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
It's possible. Imagine Gaethje gets it. I mean, he's pretty confident. He did say if he doesn't knock him out, though, Tony's going to catch his neck and choke him out.
Yeah, he's nervous about the fight. And rightfully so. I mean, he should be, but I don't know. I think Gaethje might have...
Shopping during a pandemic.
All right, I think this catches us up. Roberto?
Will you ever consider bringing back the t-shirt donation? Smiley face.
I don't know, man. If we produce the shirts from ourselves, the problem is we go through a third party and it's just nothing but problems. Like if you order through the third party, it works great, but it's just a pain in the ass for us to go back and forth with that. So I think if we produce the shirts ourselves, if we had a private person doing it and we can send them out ourselves, we'll bring it back. But we need that to happen. Thank you, Roberto, Vlad, King K, everyone for donating. Appreciate it. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Everyone is helping very much during this pandemic. So if you'd like to donate, there's a link in the description. All right. So yeah, Ali Abdelaziz talking some shite about Conor McGregor. Listen, he's a manager that's trying to make some cash, trying to get some interest in this fight again. And Khabib, he's under a little fire from going back to Russia. A lot of people are lighting him on fire for this. I think he made the right move to go there, but I understand the criticism. It's going to comes no matter what. And the manager's doing the manager thing. You got to talk to the most valuable person for him to fight. So if things fall apart with this Justin and El Kukui fight, you never know. You might see the rematch. All right, chat, let's see what's going on. Is Jesse taking a PP? They might have embedded. Yeah, I was curious if they're going to do that. Does the channel get a stimulus check? I don't know. I didn't get shit yet. It'd be nice. I could definitely use that stimulus check to stimulate myself. Kind of don't care about Conor stuff at the moment, says James Young. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just fucking bringing it. It's just so stupid. Like, I understand why he's doing it, because he wants to make money, and he wants to set up something, and trying to stay relevant. But we're talking about UFC 249. You got the coronavirus and all this shit going on, and his guy, he went back home. So I guess he's just trying to keep him in the news. I guess. I don't know. Let's see. We do have a t-shirt donation, by the way. I just thought of that. We have a t-shirt donation. Link in the description in our Streamlabs. You go to the merch section and it plays a t-shirt song. So we do have a donation for that. Justin has a chance against Tony, like a snowball's chance in hell. Michael Johnson rocked Gaethje multiple times. Tony will bloody him bad and we'll see a stoppage. Well, Michael Johnson beat Ferguson if you want to play that game. All right, here we go again. The 14th attempt, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's take this off. Wow, all right. I think I got it fixed for now. Hi, guys. What is going on? So OBS is our software. It's free.
And they said they fixed it with the latest update. They were like, oh, Windows crash is fixed, blah, blah, blah.
We had 2 shows in a row with no problems. 0 problems. We updated it, and we're like, okay, we're good. We're cruising, and it's still crashing. This is definitely an OBS problem. I have no idea what the reasoning is.
It has coronavirus, Moss.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I apologize for the glitchiness, but let's get to our sponsors before we get shut down again. Let's just do that.
Mystic Roots is a boutique organic hemp farm located in the Pacific Northwest. Mystic Roots provides the type of quality and product that you will absolutely not find in those old CBD companies. All of Mystic Roots products are homegrown on a trusted Oregon farm and completely organic, so you don't have to worry about those extra fillers or additives that those other CBD companies don't tell you about. Visit Mystic Roots with the link in the description and get free shipping on any order over $35, as well as the best quality flowers, edibles, extracts, and cosmetics. Use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, for 15% off your entire purchase. Ever since we started using Mystic Roots, we've never wanted to turn back to any other CBD company. Once again, Visit Mystic Roots with the link in the description using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 15% off your entire purchase.
Shout out to Mystic Roots. They're in the chat right now. Wonderful, wonderful. Get your CBD. The best in the business. Link in the description.
Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDirect's online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 100% bonus match as well as $25 as a welcome bonus today. We play there ourselves and recommend BetDirects if you want to add some excitement to fights or any other sports you are watching. Once again, go to BetDirects with the link in the description below using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get a limited time 100% bonus offer as well as $25 as a welcome bonus to make some extra cash on sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at BetDirects.
It's almost betting season again. UFC 249 is coming up, so get your bets in. Yeah.
Do you put your body to the test day in and day out? Do your muscles feel so stressed and fatigued that it hurts just to get out of bed in the morning? Whether you're a rigorous athlete or a hard worker, you want to buy a massage gun that provides the best therapy in the market. Theragun provides an all-in-one massage and recovery tool. Theragun helps you release muscle tension, soreness, and recover faster. Use the link in the description below to start using a deep muscle massage treatment unlike anything you've ever felt. Again, head over to Theragun.com/holes. That's Theragun.com/holes with the link in the description and get a $40 saving with 2 free attachments to start feeling better, moving better, and recovering faster with tension and soreness relief.
That's right, Theragun. Relieve those muscle aches and pains. All right, we spoke about the Luxe. Well, we have to speak about UFC. It's going to be on ESPN Plus. That's right. There's what the fuck? I didn't do that, but anyway.
Hi guys.
God, yeah, I gotta say this. This show
funny.
is gonna be the fucking death of me.
Don't stress. It's
it is
fine.
gonna be the death of me. I don't know why. Why can't anything work?
Oh,
anyway.
That was funny though. That was something we could have rolled with.
We are not meant to sell anything on this show, Jesse. We are not meant. The fate. I apologize.
No stress. Let's just move on.
UFC 249. It's coming up. It's in 9 days. Look at that. 9 days and 7 hours. UFC 249. It's right around the corner. How do you watch it, Jesse? You know how to watch it? I know how to watch it.
ESPN
That's right.
Plus. If you guys want to watch the fights or rewatch fights or pretty much any other sport that you're interested in, head over to ESPN Plus with the link in the description. You can get 2 different things. You can get a bundle for as low as $12.99, or you can get the ESPN Plus app alone and watch all of your favorite sports at any time you want in this quarantine or out of quarantine. Get ESPN Plus, link in the description, as low as $4.99 a month. You need it. We use it. We love it.
That's right. Get the deals. Link in the description. Watch the UFC along with us. Hit me with the wonderful, wonderful in the chat if you're going to be hanging with the boys during the fights. Okay. All right. I just want to bash my face instead of
I can always
over
tell,
and over
like,
again. I can't fucking take this anymore.
Lately, like, I've noticed the stress levels.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can you blame me?
No, not at all. I mean,
I'm like I'm calm as a cucumber,
Yeah.
bringing it back to. I swear to God, I should be a doctor. I just bring the
You have a
stream
lot
back
of
to
patience.
life. But I'm just sitting there. But inside my fucking head, as the stream just
He's
crashes
killing
on me, I'm
people.
like,
I've been
Can't
trying to
fucking
stay
take
as
it.
like positive as possible for you over the last couple weeks.
oh well,
Because I can
don't
see
worry.
it building, like,
Yeah, I
you know?
can't. I mean, the amount of stress, the amount of fucking stress,
Oh,
it's crazy, man. You have no idea. You have no.
this is why you're Mystic Moss.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Only Mystic Moss can get through this level of stress.
Like, why is it crashing? All right,
All right.
let's talk about ears.
Yeah. So this kind of goes back. This is funny. This goes back to what you were talking about earlier in the show, Moss. Staging fights amid the coronavirus outbreak is a risk, but you have to understand UFC culture, says Hernandez. And I thought this was interesting because this we've been arguing, is this right? Should we be supporting this? Are we being selfish? Blah, blah, blah. So this kind of covers all of those. John McCain was an ardent supporter of boxing, but the late senator's affinity for hand-to-hand combat didn't extend to mixed martial arts, at least not initially. Human cockfighting is what he called it. Understanding why the UFC is refusing to shut down in the middle of the global pandemic requires familiarity with the organization's transformation into a multi-billion-dollar business. The defiance that UFC President Dana White showed this week when announcing Tony Ferguson would fight Justin Gaethje on April 18th was founded in the same us against the world spirit that fueled the rise of what was once a fringe sport. In addition to gradually winning over influential critics such as McCain, MMA overcame financial and regulatory obstacles on its way to passing boxing as the country's combat sport of choice. COVID-19 is but another opponent to be conquered. That doesn't mean the upcoming show should be staged. The UFC might be able to shape public opinion, but taming a virus is an entirely different matter. Bare-chested men wrestling and trading punches in the middle of a global pandemic is reckless, not only for safety reasons, but also because the example it sets.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Who's doing this? Who's writing this?
This is written by Dylan Hernandez.
From where?
Of LA Times, Yahoo Sports.
LA Times. Sounds like a Gaylord Times.
Gaylord.
And what does he say? What these people competing during a pandemic? Could you just back that up for a second?
Bare-chested men wrestling and trading punches in the middle of a global pandemic.
I bet he likes that. Bare-chested men.
Is reckless. Wait, but he's talking about why it's necessary. He's not saying it's not supposed to happen.
But isn't it? It's reckless as is.
Yes, that's what he's saying.
No, the sport. No, he didn't say that. This is reckless during a pandemic.
No. Well, yeah, in the middle of a global pandemic is reckless.
But it's already a reckless sport. It's already reckless.
But he's not saying it's bad. He's not saying it's bad that they're fighting right now.
Okay,
he's giving both sides.
I'm about to lose it.
No, just stay tuned. Okay, ready?
Well, what's the point? Tell this guy to get to the point.
Sports inspire, but in this case, what would they be promoting? The idea that the collective efforts to show the spread of the virus should be disregarded? White didn't divulge any specifics of UFC 249 outside of who would fight, and the guess here is that he won't until right before the event. Delaying the release of information should limit how much White has to field pointed questions about the precautions he is taking. White told TMZ Sports that he has secured a venue for UFC 249 and that he will continue to stage fights there for 2 months. Veteran MMA media personality Jeff Sherwood reported that site in question is a casino in Central California because the property is on tribal land. It's exempt from the state's ban on combat sports, which we've discussed. The UFC then plans to move its fights to a private island so international fights could take place. This socially irresponsible but undeniably creative form of problem solving.
But how does he know it's I don't understand. Isn't he contradicting himself?
He's saying, yes, it's socially irresponsible, but it is undeniably creative, an undeniably creative form of problem solving.
But who is he to say it's socially irresponsible?
Well, everyone can really say that, honestly.
Listen, it's a risk.
Social distancing law.
It's a little bit of a risk, yeah, but who is he? I don't understand. It's like it's like he's taking a shot, yet covering his ass at the same time. He's saying two things. So, that's the thing.
No, he's saying he understands where the concern is, but you have to admit this is a smart move.
That's what you said. That's not what he said.
No, this is basically what he's saying.
Yeah,
he said,
you're translating
this is socially irresponsible, but undeniably creative form of problem solving used to be the trademark of MMA's drunk uncle boxing. Historically, boxing has been opportunistic in ways other sports could never be. If boxing promoters rationalize paying men for impoverished backgrounds to assault each other, they could justify to themselves taking morally dubious measures to secure funding or sell a fight. Boxing's devoted spectators have rarely pushed back, as they are people who value the stimulation of watching controlled violence to where they are willing to overlook, if not accept, the dark side of the sport. The dynamics have allowed boxing to exploit racial tensions and accept financing from murderous dictators. Muhammad Ali's historic upset of George Foreman was bankrolled by Mobutu Sese Seko of Zaire. I don't even think I got that right, Moss.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Ali's third fight against Joe Frazier was backed by Ferdinand Marcos of the Philippines. White is following this tradition as he hopes to take advantage of a sports landscape that was wiped out by a pandemic. People are trapped in their houses and desperate for live sports. The financial upside of UFC 249 is enormous. There is also risk. People won't be able to gather to watch the fights and split the cost of the pay-per-view telecast at a time when the economy is taking a dive. Some will reject the show on the grounds that it appears to go against the country's collective effort to slow down the spread of COVID-19, regardless of what precautions the UFC takes to ensure the safety of the participants. White's eagerness to push forward is an indication that he thinks there is potential for limited damage. If MMA fans remained loyal to the UFC after White spoke in support of then-candidate Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention in 2016, they won't turn their backs on him over this, regardless of whether any fighters test positive for COVID-19 after UFC 249. Trump, who happens to be White's friend, downplayed the severity of COVID-19 for weeks. Many states have been slow to prohibit public gatherings or close businesses. A number of governors and mayors have blood on their hands. The avalanche of sins committed by these elected officials will bury White's missteps. White isn't alone and knows there is safety in numbers.
Oh my God, that guy. You can't get any more Gaylord than that guy.
Gaylord.
Jesus Christ. Could you imagine hanging out with him? He doesn't shut the hell up.
Let's just think though. Is he wrong? Because he's right in the fact that Donald Trump and multiple other politicians and governors and mayors have made numerous mistakes step by step throughout this whole coronavirus process. So if White does fuck up, right? Like if he does host this on a private island and people do get it, who's going to give a fuck about that when everyone's paying attention to all the problems that the politicians are causing with this whole pandemic, right?
So he's basically stating the obvious.
So White is kind of
in a long
he's
article.
Creating a fort, a safety fort around politicians is what he's doing. And it's smart. Like if you think about it, it is smart by Dana White.
Dana White, of course he has backup plans. Of course he knows what he has what if scenarios if things don't work out the way he plans it, right? I think he believes it is going to work out the way he intends it to. But there's going to be backup plans there as well, whether it's the politicians or whatever, people in his back pocket. He's in their
people
back
are going to be
pocket.
more focused on those things than what Dana White did.
He's gonna get out of it. Dana's the best, right? He could have. The guy didn't make any points. He basically rambled on and on and on and stated the obvious. We know he has backup plans.
No, he's trying to fight both sides, like what both forms of fans are saying. He's fighting the Luke Thomas side and the MMA-Holes side, pretty much. He's showing the opinions of both sides. Yeah.
So basically, he's not even bringing up a point. He's just rambling.
He's saying, "Oh, I get it, Luke Thomas, but here's the MMA-Holes side."
Do me a favor, Jesse. After the stream, when we wind down and we're under the covers, all snuggling next to each other, and I can't sleep, can you read that article to me again so I can fall asleep? Because that guy is like fucking NyQuil.
Okay.
He should be banished from the LA Times or LA wherever the hell. What is up with that guy? God damn it. Putting us all to sleep. Kill him. Or just send him to the coronavirus island with Dana White. Do you think they're going to have like finish him moves over there on the island? Do you think
finish him?
You think that's what's going to happen?
Wait, Moss, you can do the voice better than me.
All right, ready? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me clear my throat.
Let's hear it. Finish him.
Finish him.
Did that work?
That was close, but it's more like, oh, like finish him.
Hold on, let me try this again.
Finish him.
There you go. That's closer.
Okay.
Finish him.
All right. I didn't think I could get it that deep. It's kind of crazy. All right, Jess, what else do we have in the news?
All right. Colby Covington wants the main event with Tyron Woodley on the private island.
Colby Covington, Tyron Woodley. Yeah, man. Put them on an island. Let's go.
Colby Covington wasn't ever going to accept anything less than a main event against Tyron Woodley, but he still wants to get his hands on the former UFC welterweight champion. With the UFC scrambling to put together previous and upcoming cards, Covington offered to step in and face Woodley at both UFC on ESPN Plus 29 and UFC 249.
Do you think this is what Colby looks like when he busts a nut? Is that he's like...
Probably. I hope he never makes that noise.
Wonderful.
That's what I sound like. Colby's about to climax.
I'm just envisioning.
Okay.
Oh,
you don't get that content anywhere else.
Yeah. All right. With the UFC scrambling to put together previous and upcoming cards, Covington offered to step in and face Woodley at both UFC and ESPN Plus 29 and UFC 249. But after the promotion booked Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje in the headliner of UFC 249, Covington was no longer interested. He thinks his fight with Woodley is a marquee matchup that deserves a spotlight of its own. UFC President Dana White recently announced that the UFC schedule is set to return to relative stability starting April 18th, the UFC 249. Some subsequent events are expected to take place on a private island that, as of Monday, White was working to secure. Covington has been training is in shape, and he... Fuck, why can't I read tonight, Moss?
Well, Jesse, you have COVID-19.
It's like
Look at the back of my hair. Ooh. Hold on, let's just stick the rest of it. Look, it's a big poof.
You gotta put it under your headphones. Oh, your hair's yeah.
What's that called? It's called saddleback. You ever see a horse with a dip?
Turn to your side.
My hair has got saddleback.
Oh my god.
My head's got to go to the glue factory. All right, what were you saying? You're stumbling on the words?
Look at your hair.
I got saddleback. Any horse riders in the chat? Okay.
Oh my god. All right. Pretty much Covington wants Woodley. I mean, I don't know how much further you want me to go with that.
Covington versus Woodley is a necessary fight. I find it. What the hell was that? Did you just snort some coke? What was that? I think she just snorted some white stuff. I want to see that fight. I do. On an island, it'd be even better. Colby Covington versus... It is going to be weird, man. All these events with no audience. That is going to be a little strange. But we can get used to it. Do you think that the UFC would ever go to a plan where it's like, you know what? We can make more money just selling, just doing pay-per-views with no audience.
Yeah. I don't know why I was just thinking about, like, you're doing the show and then I turn away to snort coke for a minute. I'm just envisioning. Never mind.
I wish I was on coke tonight. I wish I was doing some blow.
Oh my god.
Never did blow, Jess. You ever do blow?
No, never.
You ever
I've tried other things, but I've never tried like cocaine or anything like that.
Did you ever notice that if you ever like anyone that's ever done cocaine always admits to it if you ask them? Have you ever noticed that? Like it's
I've
the
never
weirdest
asked
thing.
anybody.
They could be the most normal people. Just start asking random people and you'd be shocked. Like, have you ever tried cocaine? They answer it. Like
They could be
they're
lying.
never shy about it.
They could be lying for attention.
I believe them. It's just weird. Cocaine, for some reason, it's a terrible thing, and don't do cocaine. Don't. You shouldn't snort anything up your nose. It's ridiculous.
I've never tried it.
But it's so bizarre. Anyone in the chat do cocaine?
Have you tried cocaine?
No, I never done it. And if I did, I would have told you yes.
Yeah,
right
I feel
away.
like I would tell you if I tried it.
It's weird. I'm not down with cocaine, but apparently they like to talk about it. What about that guy, the heroin guy that we met in front of MSG? Remember? That was a little weird. He was just talking, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, I used to be a heroin guy."
Oh.
Or a meth guy. Was it meth?
Yeah, but he was totally normal. Like,
he's like, yeah, he was
but
in a
he was
business
sober.
suit.
He was sober.
He just volunteered that he was all messed up.
I don't know. Like, I feel like it's like a weird attention thing, maybe.
Yeah, let me see in the chat. Anyone do cocaine? Let me see. How many cokeheads do we have in the chat? I don't think we have many cokeheads though.
Had my phase. It's part of the food chain in BC.
Yes, don't like it. Yeah, I never tried it.
I take that back. I had a friend in
I think I'm gonna try it after the show.
In high school, her name was Andrea, and she said she tried it, but she said that it scared her. Like while she was on it, like she freaked out.
Well, it should.
And she didn't ever do it again. She did it like twice, and then she didn't do it again because she thought the second time would be different.
I never had I had a friend that used to sell the stuff.
I've heard about that friend, yeah.
And in the middle of sales, he would pull out his license and do whatever the hell he had to do and just right up the nose. And I'd be like,
nose candy.
Why?
But a lot of celebrities.
Like, why would you do that?
A lot of celebrities did cocaine back in like the between the 60s up to the like 90s.
He's dead now, by the way, if you wanted an update. But yeah, I don't know why would you want anything up?
James Young said, I had a girlfriend who did it, so I did it with her. That's usually what happens.
It's the worst.
It usually starts because you know someone who does it, and then you start doing it, and eventually it turns into a problem that you were not expecting. That's usually what happens.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't see
It's not like people are like, oh, I think I'm just going to start doing cocaine now.
Yeah, I can't see you like on the way to the store. Like, it'd be great if I did some cocaine. I don't know why we're talking about cocaine, but all right. It must be, right? It must be awesome. I guess. I don't know why. I mean, if you're gonna like suck something into your nose, it's got to be good. Because why in the hell would you want to put like? I want to blow everything out of my nose. I don't want anything in there, so it's got to be great, right? Don't do drugs. All right.
Your hair is stuck to your forehead. No, it's not. Look it. Moss.
What?
Look it. My hair's not stuck to my forehead. It just sits there. It just, see?
It's strategically
it's baby
placed.
Hairs. It's baby hairs. They just,
She just hit puberty.
They just chill. They chill over there.
All right. Yeah, I got it too. Look, I got a little baby hair over here. I'm a mess. I am such a stressed out mess. All right. Let's talk about Jacare. We got to talk about the card too. Well, we got time.
All right. Jacare Souza says that he is scared to fight amid the coronavirus pandemic, but he has to take care of his family one way or the other. Moss.
Oh, Jacare. Who wins that fight right now? Gun to your head, coke in your nose. Jacare wins.
Actually, I want to say Hall because Jacare has not been looking very good. So,
yeah, Hall's been looking pretty decent.
Yeah,
as of late.
I might
But
have to go Hall.
I tell you, Jacare, Strikeforce champion. Guy's kind of like a crocodile. Shit. Wait, I gotta show the pictures. He's like a crocodile, Man, this sucks. I like both fighters. I don't know who the hell I'm gonna pick. I want to pick Jacare because I feel like that's the logical thing, but Uriah Hall is one of my dudes. Mm-hmm. I go for the BBC when he fights. I'm a big Uriah. I like Uriah, man. I really do. I've seen him get fucking his face pummeled in so many times and then bounce back and knock out his opponent. I'm down with that.
Doesn't your dad hate Uriah Hall?
My dad can't stand him.
It's so funny that you guys have like a completely opposite.
My dad cannot stand Uriah Hall. He's just too black. He's beyond.
That's not why.
No, he's just
Stop
extra.
it.
He's just extra black. It's just too much there.
That's horrible.
Can't handle it. He can't consume it with his eyeballs. He's not racist. He's just too dark for his eyes. I think that's what it is. I like Uriah. I really do. He's one of my favorites. When I started the show, like he was like the guy. Like when he came out of the
yeah, I like him. I think he's cool.
But he never really panned out. But here he is. How old is Uriah now? Me and Uriah can pacify. How's it go?
I don't even know what
me
you're
and Mariah,
singing.
but I'm just trying to. ODB, 15-9-0 Uriah on a 2-fight winning streak. Antonio Carlos Jr., Bavon Lewis, and he lost to Paulo Costa. I mean, he actually did good in the beginning of that fight, and then Paulo was Paulo. He was actually teeing off. Remember
it's
that
weird
fight?
how you say Paulo.
Well, how are you supposed to say it?
Paulo.
That's what I said. Paulo.
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 Yeah, and you say Paulo.
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 A-U sounds like aw, not ah.
Paulo Costa.
Paulo Costa.
That's how I say it. Deal with it. Christoph Yoko beat Gegard Mousasi, who he's beaten before. Didn't work out well for the second time. That Derek Brunson didn't work out either. Bobby Knuckles. Fought some decent guys. It's not like he's like losing to bums, I think I might go with Uriah. Just because I'm a fan.
5 months before the botched military raid on Chapo's son, DEA visited Sinaloa at found a lab that was producing $1 billion worth of drugs. War on drugs is fake news. These guys make Breaking Bad look like kindergarten cooks.
I'm going to have to say I agree with that. I think that they like this stuff. It's accepted. Drugs. After watching Breaking Bad, I'm in. You can't say you didn't want to do meth after Breaking Bad. Jess?
Well, I can't give a logical opinion because I have a very addictive personality.
I wanted to be Heisenberg bad, but he never did it though.
Yeah, like
I actually wanted to make it.
When you hear someone say how good it feels, of course you want to try it.
I never wanted to do it.
I
never
did.
would.
I was watching Breaking Bad and I was listening to them say like what it feels like.
Nah,
and I
wouldn't
like,
want to do that.
Huh.
Yeah, but your teeth fall out. Like,
yeah, it doesn't never, and your skin gets all fucked up. But
like meth heads. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
You couldn't do a show on meth. I mean, you couldn't really function. But didn't Artie Lang do it? No, it didn't work out.
He did. No, he did
heroin. Yeah, he did heroin.
Yeah, heroin. But he did another thing. It was like started with an F, I think. Can someone help me out here?
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Is that it? I'm just making it up.
I think it was. Hold on, let me look it up. I think it's fentanyl.
Artie Lang's nose is inside out because of drugs. Yeah, fuck drugs.
Yeah,
man.
Fentanyl. That's what it's called. Good job, Moss.
Wow, I just pulled that out of my asshole.
Yeah, it's called fentanyl.
You know why I pulled it out of my ass? It's completely clean from Luxe Bidet. I can pull anything out of my ass now. Yeah, I don't want to do meth. I'm not. You can't force me, guys.
I would try it.
We'll do a meth show. Wow, Shannon's done meth. I knew Shannon's a party girl. She probably got down. Shannon. She's like, give me the drugs, give me the dick. Let's go. right?
Whoa,
Everything.
you just want like a whole other measure.
The drugs and the dick. She was just a party girl, man.
How do you know the dick was involved?
Oh, Shannon got down. Shannon got down and dirty. I have a feeling. Right, Shannon? You got down and dirty? She's an MMA hole. She's hanging out in this dirty chat. She's
I
dirty.
hung out in this dirty chat.
Exactly. You're just like a young Shannon.
What?
Shannon got down and dirty. I know it. She did meth for God's sakes. She's a party girl.
You said meth and dick.
Yeah.
How do you know?
It's first step is meth. Next step is dick.
That doesn't make any sense.
Or maybe the dick then the meth. I don't know what the order is.
Or the dick for the meth.
Maybe do the meth off the dick. I don't know. I'm going to chase away all the women. I love all the women.
Poor Shannon. She's a sweetheart. Why are you doing that to her?
What are you saying? I'm not saying anything bad.
You just said she was a party girl. She did meth and dick.
So, hold on a second. Why can a guy go around and get all the puss and a poor girl can't go around and get all the dick? Why she got to be a whore and the guy's got to be a stud? How does that work? She could get dick, right? Let the girl get some dick.
Okay.
Shannon, get all the dick you
might
want.
Stop. You're sticking your foot in your mouth right now.
Jesus Christ. Poor Shannon just wants to get laid. Was she supposed to keep her legs closed and just do meth? No. You do the meth and you party too. You have the whole party.
Okay. Okay.
Jesus, Shannon, I apologize for my co-host. She's sexist. God damn. All right, what's the next story? Poor Shannon's.
I haven't seen her coming in the chat once since you started.
Why am I logging in? All right, let's talk about Jorge Masvidal.
Covington is holding Jorge Masvidal accountable for why Jon Jones had an open bottle of Recuerdo in the back of his car when he got pulled over.
Did you see what the cops did when they poured out the bottle? I don't think we spoke about it here. So there's a new tape that came out from the other officer. It's just extra in the beginning and another angle of what we saw, and then the ending of Jon Jones. The bottle was funny. They're all trying to pronounce the bottle. How do you pronounce it?
Recuerdo.
They're like, what is this Recuerdo?
Yeah.
And then why they pour it out? For their homies? Why do they pour it out?
I think they have to. I think that's...
Why?
Don't quote me on that.
But
I
isn't
don't
that
know.
evidence?
But I think they have to. No, because it's on the lapel video. So there's
What
already
if
evidence.
the lapel videos didn't record? If it gets like... They have no evidence of what was in that bottle. It made no sense.
No, there's three of them. At least one of them has a lapel video recording, and they were all there when the alcohol was dumped out. So
okay,
I think it's they have to.
All right,
I don't
cops.
know.
Don't answer for the cops.
I
Cops
said
in the chat.
Know.
Cops in the chat. Law enforcement people. I need to know this. This is the question I have for you, and I should have texted my buddy. If you arrest somebody that is going to drive or is driving or whatever, has an open bottle of alcohol, they're drunk, clearly because they failed the breathalyzer. What do you do with that bottle? You don't leave it as is? You pour it out? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, they can't drive with it because technically it's illegal for them to drive with an open bottle of alcohol.
Can't the cops just put it in the trunk? They're not going to fucking sit and start
I suppose
swigging
they could. Yeah, but I don't know. I think... Why do you need it for evidence?
Why dump it? Yeah, you need it for evidence because you could say this open bottle had this much alcohol left in it when we fucking
gave
them
the lapel video. They don't need the
lapel
bottle.
video could fail though, is what I'm saying. I've had a million videos go corrupt on me.
What?
It goes on a fucking card, a memory card that can go corrupt. So they're just relying on technology. Why don't they just say, hey, this is the bottle. Take pictures of the bottle, then dump it. Or maybe they took pictures of it. I don't know. Shouldn't they have the actual bottle as evidence? They took the gun.
I don't think they need it. No,
well, they didn't. All right, let me put it to you this way.
See, Christopher Smith says they always poured him out.
All right, so maybe that's what they do. So why didn't they just shoot the rest of the bullets in the gun in the air then? Right? Empty the gun out too while they're at it.
The gun wasn't loaded.
We gotta get rid of this. Why not get rid of the bullets too? Doesn't make any sense. It's evidence. Why don't they jerk Jon Jones off and get rid of the semen too? Like, why are they getting rid of everything? It's all evidence.
Ridiculous.
Doesn't make any sense, cops. Figure it out. Just come on. Doesn't make any sense. All right, Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah. So, anyways, Covington is blaming Masvidal for why Jon Jones had the DWI with that Recuerdo in the back of the trunk or in the back of the seat or something like that.
Okay.
Covington said, quote, "Did you guys see the alcohol that Jon Jones was drinking before he got his latest DUI? Oh my gosh, you guys got to look this up. Man, this is juicy. It was journeyman Jorge Masvidal's liquor in the backseat of Jon Jones. So that's how good of a friend Jorge Masvidal is. He gave an alcoholic, Jon Jones, alcohol. And look what happened. He got another DUI and he's going to jail." So, I mean, Jorge Masvidal hasn't said anything about it, but... as far as I know, he hasn't said anything about it. But It's just another case of Covington going after Masvidal, looking for a fight, I guess.
Oh, boy. Unless you have a scheduled fight, I'm not caring anymore. I'm not caring. That's good publicity, though, for the alcohol. You know? I still don't know how to say it.
Recuerdo.
Why make some alcohol that's so tough to say?
It's not hard to say. Even
Recuerdo?
Even with your American accent, you could say recuerdo.
My American accent or your American accent? I don't understand. How does this work?
Yours. Say recuerdo.
Why do I have American
say
accent?
recuerdo.
Aren't we both American?
Yes, I never said anything otherwise.
You said with your American accent, so I'm trying to figure out.
No, with yours.
Okay.
Say recuerdo.
Recuerdo.
Ta-da! You said it.
But it's not easy though. Like if I'm like, yo, pass me. What would you like to drink?
Recuerdo.
I would like to have a glass of recuerdo.
You don't say it like that. It's not even your accent. You sound like you're my dad.
I want some recuerdo. Recuerdo,
That's how my dad would say it. He's like, give me some of that recuerdo.
It's not easy. Like Jameson. Easy. It's easy. Johnny Walker. Easy. Recuerdo.
Don't be a record.
I don't know. Recuerdo doesn't roll off the tongue. I feel like you could only say that word. Like you can't say recuerdo in a sentence.
Jon Jones had recuerdo in the back of his seat.
See, you had a tough time.
What did I have a tough time with?
I don't know. It just doesn't work. I can't remember it. It's not memorable. Change the name. Jorge. Well, it's not his alcohol though, is it? He's just sponsored by them. Anyone try? I haven't had the UFC. Why does this keep popping up? Is this a new feature?
No, you're not logged in.
Oh, well, maybe I don't want to log in. Why are they popping it up? No, I am logged in. What are you talking about? There's my face. It's right there.
Yeah, you're not logged in.
Don't you fucking give me lip. Look at this, Jesse. That's your booty.
And
I'm logged in. I am logged in, Jesse.
Weirdo.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I'm logging in.
Modelo. I haven't tried Modelo. How does it taste? Is it good?
Modelo.
The beer of the UFC. I've never had it.
I'm sure it tastes like any other beer. That's why I don't drink beer.
Not all beer tastes the same. I don't know. They all taste completely
Dos Equis and Corona are my two favorites.
Corona's piss and Dos Equis is delicious.
Corona's good.
No, it's not.
Budweiser is not that great.
Dos Equis is on another level compared to Corona. If you look in Corona, even when I went to Mexico, they said that's shit compared to Dos Equis.
Oh,
even the Mexicans told me that. Mexican people, help me out with this. Modelo is good. Modelo is awesome. Oh, look at that. We got to try it.
Your face has got to try it, Moz.
It will. Next time we get out of the house, which is never. All right. Oh, nice picture over here by Gary Banjo Sandwich. Trump and the Tiger Man.
Thanks, Gary.
The Tiger King. All right. Any more stories?
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's all I got.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was fantastical. We somehow made it.
Time.
Chat room. Oh, they're talking about more beer. Let's see. Corona's better? No way. There's no way. It's not even close.
I like it.
Dos Equis is way better than Corona. I'm
I
telling
like Dos Equis too, but I like Corona.
If I gave you a cup, right, a nice glass,
I've tried them both,
right, and blindfolded you, and I said, which is the better beer? You would take a sip of both, and you'd be like, get that one away. And you know what the one that's going away is? The Corona. It's going away. I used to drink Corona all the time.
Yeah.
No more. No more. I've upgraded to Scotch. All right. Let's look at this card one more time, and then we're going to wind this shite down. Thank you for joining us tonight on the MMA-Holes. We appreciate it. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you to the donators and the people that came back when we got the crash twice. I don't know why, but we're back in action. All right, so the main card, they still have Rose here. She is not going to be fighting. I don't think they're going to find someone for Jessica, so she could go back in her tub. You guys want to see naked Jessica Andrade? All right. We'll leave you with this. Check this out, boys. Do we follow her? I don't know if we do.
I think we do.
What's her name on IG?
Just type Andrade.
Andrade. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no. Where is it? Don't worry, boys. I got you. I got you back. Mystical got you back. This is on the MMAHoles.com over here. This is the... Why am I signed in? Oh, man. Why am I signed in as the MMA Holes?
Mystic Moss.
I got to sign in as Mystic Moss. So I'm going to go Mystic Moss. Log in. Like that. Boom. If you're not on the MMAHoles.com, you I don't know what you're doing with yourself.
Moss, I don't know.
I didn't fart, Jesse. I'm proud of my farts. There's Jesse's bet. All right. There's Khabib being thrown. Some Dana White stuff. Okay. Here we go.
This gum doesn't last
There
long
you go.
enough.
All right, Jess. What do you think?
Beautiful. She actually does have a nice body.
What do you think?
Like
Jessica Andrade. You like it? You like what you see, boys? Well, she's going to be doing a lot more of that.
I know everyone makes fun of her and shit, but she has a nice body. I'm not going to fucking lie. Like,
You know, after that picture, I can't get it up quick enough, Jesse. All righty. So the co-main event, it should be... Well, that would be weird, though, right? If the prelims has Francis Ngannou and Jairzinho Rozenstruik, you know, as the prelim headliner. That would be weird if they just bumped him to co-main event, wouldn't it?
well, that's what they were talking about on ESPN.com, but there has been no official co-main event yet.
You can't put Greg Hardy and Jorgen De Castro. As much as I do want to see that fight,
Well, he's been a co-main event before.
you switch it. But then again, Hardy. Wait, what is this on? Is this on ESPN Plus too? The prelims? How is this working?
ESPN,
I thought ESPN.
is the prelims. Main card is ESPN Plus, and then the early prelims,
Oh.
I believe, are on ESPN as well.
Yeah, they're not taking Hardy off of ESPN Plus. He's one of the reasons why they want to sell some pay-per-views. So they're going to leave him right put. So what do you do? I mean, I guess, yeah, Uriah Hall versus Jacare is a great fight. That could be a
I would
perfect...
love to see Francis Ngannou and Jairzinho Rozenstruik because that is
Yeah.
in contention for a title shot, you know, that fight. So
Yep, I'd smash her raw dog. So Jessica Andrade, raw dog, you go with the rawness of the dog. All right. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see. So Greg Hardy versus Jorgen. You got Vicente Luque versus Nico Price. Jeremy Stevens.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Versus Calvin Kattar. Fantastic stuff. That's a good one. That's a good scrappage over there. Go to the prelims, and you got Francis Ngannou versus Rozenstruik. Hall versus Souza. Alexander Hernandez, the Great, versus Omar Antonio Morales Ferreira. Marlon Vera. What am I doing? Now I'm adding extra R's and A's. And Marlon Vera versus Ray Borg. And then what else you got on this? Is that it? Nope. You got early prelims. MJ, Michael Johnson back versus Kama Worthy. Is Kama Worthy a Contender Series guy?
I don't know.
Do you recall? Let me see. I don't know either. I don't remember that dude. He sounds like he's a Contender Series guy. Kama Worthy. Kama Worthy.
You come and go.
No.
Moss, you want to start remaking Paige Van Zandt's Instagram pictures?
We spoke about that already.
Yeah, I'm afraid that your parents are going to hate us, but I think it'd be funny.
Wait. Whoa. I pitched the idea to you like completely serious.
And I told you.
You shot it down immediately.
I told you I think your parents will hate us. I think if they saw it, they would hate us. They would think that we were
Why would they hate us? I hate you.
I think they would think that we were being a bit much, you know?
No.
I think it would be funny. Like, the more I think about your proposal, the more funny it sounds.
I think I unfollowed her.
How dare you?
She's fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie. What's her Instagram? Do you know?
Look up her husband's Instagram. I think. It's,
I follow him.
I think
I unfollowed Paige.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, where? Oh, there we go. Oh, fuck.
Paige Van Zandt.
I don't know if we follow her. Do we follow her?
Yeah, you follow her.
Yeah, we follow her. Okay. All right, here we go. So let's creep on Paige Van Zandt's IG. You guys see this yet? All right, so here she is.
Look, she's carrying a glass of wine, handing him some scotch.
Wait, no, she's holding a phone up. What the hell are you talking about?
Go to the next one.
Well, yeah, we're showing this, and then boom. Okay, so they're covering special parts, right, of their body. And here's the next one. Proper 12. This is what they're doing with it. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Here's another one, boys. Should we do this?
I'm saying it would be funny. I feel like your parents would be so mad at us.
Now, is that a bush or is that a tattoo?
No, it's definitely bush.
That's bush. Okay, great. Perfect. What do you think, guys? Should we do this?
I'm just saying.
Can you hold me like this?
Yeah, I could.
I don't know, man.
Because see how he's putting his weight on her shoulders?
Yeah, I don't know if you could hold me like this.
Yeah, you totally
But
could.
she's an athlete. I'm a fathlete.
I 100% could. But it's just,
What about this one?
I think your parents would be so mad at us.
I think my mom might be in the chat. Ask her.
No,
Should we do these?
It's too late. Your mom's not in the
What about this one? I think it would be hilarious. My fat ass. Like my
See,
cellulite.
I don't know. And it's funny because I
think
drink
it'd be
wine
so
and you
funny.
drink scotch, so it's like it's funny because we could totally remake this shit.
Yeah. We could do all the pictures. It's on Paige Van Zant's thing. Look, what about this one?
I think, and it would be good content too to do memes where we're remaking the shit
That'd be so funny.
in like the most cringeworthy way. We should start to make our Instagram.
My favorite's this one.
We should make our Instagram remakes.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you can hold me up. I don't think you can. I've seen you try to get me off the couch, and it's
But
it's
that's
an
me
impossibility.
cradling you, trying to stand up, cradling you like a baby.
I don't know. I
This
think
is
you're gonna drop me on my head.
He's putting his weight on her shoulders, and she's standing straight up. That's easy.
If you're gonna do this, you're gonna have to be all in.
I would be all in, but you better fucking cover me up because I'm not gonna play that game where you're revealing too
What do you
much.
think, chat? Should we do it?
It would be funny though, but she has big boobs. You know, like I don't have big boobs, so it might not be as funny.
Well, he probably has a big cock, so we're even. Man, oh man.
I say we do it.
Jesse's gonna put her, instead of putting two hands over my crotch, it's just gonna be her pinky. Just a pinky over there.
Guess what? I just saved money on my car insurance.
Yes, Harvey.
Hashtag Geico.
Thank you, and congratulations. And by the way, that's a real thing. Geico does have the best insurance.
What do you
Hashtag
say,
no
Moss?
sponsor.
You in?
Yeah, you put one pinky to cover myself up.
I'm dead serious. I'm not even fucking around with you. I say we remake these. I think it'd be funny.
I fucking seriously pitched it. I literally said,
you did.
we're going to do this.
I know
and you
did.
said no.
Yeah, I was against it because I think your parents would be upset with us. I think
Well, you better call them up and
I
ask
think they
them.
would be so upset. But I'm under the impression maybe they won't see it and we just get away with it. You know?
Well, now they know.
No,
now the world
it's
knows.
11 o'clock. They're not watching at 11 o'clock.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it works. That's what people are doing during their quarantine.
Oh, God.
All right, we're out. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Finished. You have anything else you want to talk about?
I guess not.
We're done.
Oh, he hasn't eaten yet. He's got to eat dinner.
No, I'll keep going. Oh, you want to use me as the excuse? We'll keep going. Let's see what's going on in the chat.
I don't have any more stories for you. I don't know what you're going to keep going with.
So let's see what they're saying in the chat. See if we missed anything.
Small D, Moss, big D. What does that mean? Romeo says, yeah, and if she farts, you're in trouble. Just released a full porno. These pictures are boring. This is Keyboard Warrior. Cameras have timers.
Oh, Corona.
It's dangerous. Moss says Stevie. Remake the photo says Kun. Did you talk about Rose? Says Manny C. Ethiopian says I just woke up.
What's going on? Is this the virus? She's got the vid.
No,
She got the vid.
I'm chewing this gum that has those
Coronavirus particles.
icebreaker cubes in them, and I got one stuck in my throat. So
You want some water?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just it got stuck in my throat.
Jesse almost died on us.
Let's see. What's next for Yola Romero? Looking forward to another.
Wait, answer his question. What's next?
Well, I don't know. What's next?
Rematch against Izzy. Make it happen.
Looking for another fighter for Andrade, either Claudia or ... Good night, Mystic Roots. Nip Slips. Is anything forced? D-Rest is ouch. Greg on Blaze says, Moss, don't let her hold you up like that. She will pile drive your skull into the ground.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I actually want to. I'll try this after the show.
I guarantee I can hold you like that.
I honestly don't think you can. I've seen you. You have. So Jesse's problem is this. It's not like she doesn't. She's weak. She's not weak, but she has a bad core. Her core is really bad. It's really weak.
Yeah, but that's me
weak.
cradling you. That's all of your weight
And I
in
feel
the front.
if there's any wrong lean, that's it. But can you handle my ball sack on the back of your neck?
100%. And it's not his ball sack. It's technically his dick.
Nah, it's his asshole too. His asshole.
No, his asshole's facing up towards the ceiling.
Spread open.
And you have to put your feet together. Can you put your feet together like that?
Yeah, I could do that. I'm very flexible.
And he's holding on to her waist, so he's helping keep himself up.
My legs are so skinny though that's gonna be a problem.
His face is right in her asshole.
Like you're gonna get all my crotch in the back of your head because my legs are so skinny. Like at least he has thighs that are stopping the bull sack from hitting the neck. You're gonna get all bull in your neck.
Look at his face though. His face has got to be right in her asshole, right?
Yeah. Hopefully she bideted before this picture was taken.
Oh, it's awkward.
She is leaning forward though a little bit. Yeah, she is.
And he's holding on to her waist and her breasts, like he's helping keep himself up for sure.
I'm gonna make sure that you keep me in the air, Jesse, because I don't want to fall on my face.
100% I would. I
don't
can
break
do
my neck.
this. This is better than cradling because cradling is all your weight up in front. It's harder.
Okay. Remember, make sure you cover my little weenus. All right. What? But how about your face by my ass? That's the terrible thing.
She probably has her head turned to the side.
Yeah. No, her nose is right between the cheeks. And my cheeks, no one wants to be between my cheeks. There's no one. Once you go there, you'll never see. You can never unsee what's between my cheeks.
You turn your head to the side.
There's I don't know what's in there. One time before the bidet, I was wiping myself.
Ew, I don't want to hear it.
And something bit me.
Ew.
It was really
disgusting.
weird. I was bleeding. I was like, what the fuck?
All right.
All right, Jesse, say the words.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.